Welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So in this video, I'll just be doing my usual daily routine stream and chatting with anyone who joins me. It's been about a week since I last did one, so I figured today would be a great day to do one now. So anyone who wants to join me, feel free to jump into the chat. I'm just getting set up right now, so I'm putting on my thumbnail, the description, the tags, and then I'm going to have to create the link and put that in my Discord as well. But anyone who is interested is definitely welcome to join me. I'll just be doing the daily like farming and like commissions and stuff like that. So yeah, and then just mostly focusing on chatting. Yep. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly go and do that right now. Get the thumbnail and all that ready. Put the tags in, put the description into the video. It's really quick. I do have it down ready, so perfect. And then we have to tag it properly, and then we're good to go. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think I got it all. Yes, okay. And then I have to create the link. It's saving now. It's going to create the link for me. And then when I have the link, then I can go and put it into my Discord. Oh, I'm going to collect my Welkin. Perfect. Okay, it's creating the link for me. I'm just trying to open this up now. Opening up a new chat window. Okay, here we go. Hi, Risha. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm gonna just quickly go into the Discord. My computer just restarted, so I have to re-log into everything. And then I'm going to get into my Discord. Here we go. And then we're good. Let's see. Okay, and then after the restart, my keyboard switched to French, which I don't like, so I'll just switch it back. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. I didn't put the link in for some reason. Okay, something happened. Hang on. Where's my link? Sorry. My link is where? Here it is. There. Okay. Perfect. You're doing fine? Just busy with end semester? Oh, okay. That's nice. Yeah, is it because summer is almost like summer is about to start for you, right? Your summer portion? When is your last day of school? Oh, monsoon season's about to start. Oh, I see. Because like here in Canada, I think this is the final week or two for most schools, whether it's at our levels, I believe, whether it's university, college, or even like elementary or high school, I think. Or this already, maybe summer already started for many people. Some people already started their, because of COVID, many people got their summer earlier as well, like their summer holiday here. So they already got like since the end of May, they were off already. So depending on the school, I guess, and the district. Summer's almost over. Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. So the seasons are different there? 24th is your last day? Okay. So one more week. Okay. I see. Summer is just starting here. It's only starting to get warmer now, on a daily basis. Definitely haven't been using our heat in my apartment anymore, for the last month or so. But then like on some days it can still get kind of chilly, but I've resisted turning it back on. But yeah, in the afternoon it's quite nice. Have I applied to Intel Gaming Access yet? Oh no, I forgot about it. That's the thing you were talking about for becoming an affiliate or for getting sponsored, right? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna put that into a separate window so I remember for tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, obviously. Okay, thank you. Intel Gaming Access. Is it the VIP registration for gamers? No. It's probably like to become an affiliate or something, right? I have to explore. It's okay, I'll look into it. So to become an affiliate or to like work with them, right? To partner with them. Let me scroll down. I'll figure it out. Thank you. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. Yes, I haven't really been doing gaming stuff lately, as you noticed. So I took a week off. I didn't go anywhere. I just stayed home. I didn't do anything, like no videos. I obviously still did my daily login and stuff. I didn't do any articles for my blog or for writing. I didn't do anything. So I just took like a 7 day period doing nothing, and then I got back into it a few days ago. So I had to catch up on my blog. So, because I told myself, as a challenge to myself only, I'm going to write an average of one article a day. And because last month in May, I did 32 articles. I actually counted wrong, but anyway, 32 is still better. But anyway, so this month, June has 30 days, so I was going to do 30 total articles as a challenge to myself. So anyway, because I took a week off, I was behind. So anyway, like the other day I wrote like 6 in a row, and then I was still behind, right? And then yesterday I wrote 5 to catch up to 14 total articles I wrote already up to yesterday. So right now I'm already behind already, but I will write a few more in the next few days, and yeah, so that's that. And then like I've been looking for work obviously, but nothing new. The economy is really bad. So unfortunately, some unfortunate news is that some companies that offered people jobs have canceled it. So they've actually notified those people that they're not going to hire them anymore, which is unfortunate for them. Obviously, that's a really crappy feeling to know that you got the job offer and they gave it to you in writing already. Then they send you another email or a letter and saying that they can't offer it to you anymore because of the bad economy or whatever. So yeah, and then anyway, I've been obviously applying for jobs on a weekly basis, and I've noticed that starting from last week onward, there's been less job postings now. So yeah, and I have a feeling that even some of the ones that I applied to before, they might have just halted their job hiring process, but they just didn't inform us, or they're probably going to delay it. Who knows? So I don't know, but I'm gonna keep trying to apply. There's still going to be some companies out there, it's just not as much. Gaming Alliance. Okay, thank you. It's different. You have to contact them via Twitter. Ah, okay. Hang on. Let me open that up then. Down Gaming Access Gaming Alliance Twitter. I'm just opening that separate browser. Yeah, it's really nice to just do nothing, I know. Okay, so I have that open, so I'll definitely do it tomorrow. I have some admin stuff that I have to take care of for myself as well, like... Yeah, there's just some stuff I have to deal with on a personal, obviously, level. But yeah, and then the stock markets and the crypto markets have gone to hell. They continue to go to hell. I think it's worldwide, but I'm pretty sure it's worldwide because, anyway, yesterday, Monday, they called it the crypto meltdown, or sorry, the market meltdown for everything. Everything went to hell yesterday. So they said it's like the worst day since November 2020. It's pretty bad. So yeah, that's not cool. But it's been bad for like the last 2 weeks or actually last several weeks already. So it's been really crappy. I'm definitely down by a lot of money. Obviously I've lived through many downturns, so it's nothing new to me. But it's obviously a crappy feeling every single time that we go through it. And obviously I'm not employed, so I don't use my savings. Luckily, I don't, but then I don't need to. But then at the same time, I still use my investments to earn money. So when they go down, it's not good, obviously. So yeah. Hi MVP, welcome. We're just chatting. So in the background is just Genshin, but we talk about anything, about games or anything. Are you a newer player to Genshin, or are you a veteran player that's been around for a while already? I was just sharing that I am looking for work, and yeah, the market has gone to hell in case you for the stock markets and the crypto markets, etc. So that's what I was talking about, rambling. Have you guys caught up to all the Arataki rhythm game event? I haven't yet. I've watched other people play, and it looks really hard this time around. So I'm not sure that I'm going to do well on it. I haven't started yet, but I was thinking I'll probably just do them all in one day. Yeah, so. Okay, I'm going to do the commissions, and then we're going to go... where's my commission? Oh, yeah, over here. And then what else was I doing for the game? I was um, leveling up other characters and just leveling up weapons and stuff like that. So nothing major. I have not started pre-farming for Kuki Shinobu yet, but thank you, Risha, for the idea to maybe do videos or to separately do that. I have to look into what her materials are actually. I don't know. I have to see what the beta materials are basically, because that's all we can go with, right? You know? I know it's gonna be the Rune Serpent, so yeah. You caught up? It's really difficult. You're unable to do the max difficulty. You did medium? Okay. Yeah, it looks really hard. I think I'm gonna have to retry many times. That's why I figure it's gonna take a while. That's why I didn't bother, you know, like, doing it, yet. I figure it's gonna take a while, so, yeah. But even at medium difficulty, can you still get all the rewards you can, right? I'm sure that they made it so that everyone can still get all the rewards just for participating, right? You farm for her and you did like a oh, just farm for her and do a regular stream. I'll edit it for you. I show you how. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, I mean, I can. Yeah, I'll let you know when that happens. I mean, I'm gonna try and figure it out myself too. But yeah, or I'll just do like certain like short, specific, dedicated videos for it. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but thank you so much. Yeah. Speaking of editing, I was researching over that week where I was doing nothing, and I am going to likely buy an iPhone for video purposes, not to use as a phone. I'm still fine with my really old phone. I don't consider my phone crappy at all. I think it's fine for what I use it for. It's just a phone. I use it for email, phone, like banking transactions. That's all. So for me, it's fine. That's why it's lasted all these years. But I'm considering getting an iPhone because there are some deals now that it's up to the iPhone 13 now, and I'm gonna buy an iPhone 12, and I'm leaning towards buying the Pro Max version for the camera and the camera functions. So that's my plan right now, and then yeah, that's something. And then we can do the payment plan. So I don't, yeah. Well, I mean, I can afford to pay it off in one shot, but I'd rather do the payment plan because the payment plan is 0 interest. So why not do that, right? You know? So yeah. And I can do it through Apple or I can do it through my cell phone carrier. And I believe through my cell phone carrier it's actually cheaper because it's discounted for existing customers. Slightly cheaper, not a lot cheaper, but slightly. So I'm leaning towards getting that, and then with that, I will have more options to focus on TikTok, Shorts, and also do some more vlog-related things. And also, I was still contemplating doing another channel that's more about like vlog and personal stuff. So that is still something that I'm considering, and that's why I'm leaning towards that. There's no rush, of course, because like iPhone 12 is still like readily available. It's not like it's going to be discontinued anytime soon. So no rush to like jump into this right now. But I mean, yeah. And then secondly, in terms of editing, good thing that you brought this up as a topic. I wanted to update that. I'm probably going to buy a new computer as well. I'm going to buy. I've settled on it. I went back and forth a few times. I was researching. I'm still going to buy a Surface Pro, Microsoft. And I was originally going to buy the older model, just like how I would buy the older model for the iPhone. I was going to buy like a Surface Pro 7, and I was going to buy or 7 Plus. But then I decided that now that they're up to 8, and 8 has a new redesign, and they changed some things around basically. I was thinking like maybe I'll just go with the 8 because then it might last longer. But 7, I can save money if I pick 7 because apparently 7 and 7 Plus uses the existing keyboard and the existing like stuff that you have. So then like you don't need to buy anything new. You can just take the keyboard that I have now and just put it on that one. But 8 onward, the design has changed, so you have to buy a new keyboard. But it's an investment, so I don't know. Because I figured a newer, more powerful, updated computer with more RAM and more memory and everything should be able to handle editing. That's why. So I want to kind of step it up. Now, obviously, now that I don't have a job, so then like I also want to step it up and spend a little more time and effort on my YouTube, also on my writing, and also on any other stuff as well. So yeah. You can't get all the rewards. You can only get up the moral reward if you don't do hard. Okay, good to know. Okay, then I'm gonna try my best to do hard multiple times as much as I can to try to get it. But anyway, congratulations on getting 36 stars for the Spiral Bits, by the way. That's awesome. It's a great feeling, right? It's so shitty that they don't give us an achievement for it though, hey? So cheap. Did I just drop one of those rocks? Okay, whatever. Let's kill the dogs. No, don't buy the surface. I was gonna buy it during the back to school sale. Here, back to school sale is in August, so I just have to wait. And then so I still have my student number, my university student number, and it's still valid. So I can still use it to get a student discount. So obviously I'm not a student, but my number is still valid because during my time, obviously I'm older. So during my time, our student numbers didn't expire. But I think after, I don't know how many years after I graduated, they implemented an expiry date for people's student numbers and student cards for students. So then, like, mine is one of those that doesn't have an expiry date. But the ones, I don't know how many years after I graduated, but like the ones after or since then have an expiry date on them, so then you can't use them anymore. But anyway, for me, I'm gonna definitely take advantage of that. So I'm still gonna use it because it's a legit student number. The student discount is not much, but it's still extra savings, so of course I'm going to use that. Where's the last one? Oh, here. Go with Lenovo Legion for performance or Asus. Oh, I've had an Asus before. It was a good computer. Yeah, I had that before when I was doing graphic and web designing. Like when many years, well not many, but like maybe like 7 or 8 years ago ish. Yeah, it was good. But then I just didn't like I still have that Asus computer in my closet, but it's like really big and bulky and obviously heavy, but it was like decent at the time, and I think it was like $700, $800. So that back then it was still considered like a premium price already. Obviously now laptops are way more expensive, like for the premium ones. But it was okay. Yeah, it did last a few years, but I will say it didn't last as long as I would like it to. But mind you, I did use it heavily, so maybe that also contributed to its life not lasting. Oh, it's up. That was down. Okay. I'll look into it, yeah. So I'm not like set on like that I have to get a Surface, but I do like the Surface because it's obviously a two-in-one. It becomes a tablet. And I'm already thinking ahead like when I can travel again, obviously. So it'll be nice. And because if I get like an iPhone pairing with it, then I can also do travel vlog stuff, you know, like food or touristy stuff or whatever, right? You know, so that's what I was thinking. Yeah, and then like I was just researching a lot, and then like yeah, a lot of people do say, of course, 13 is the newest iPhone, but then it's obviously the more expensive one because it's new. So then like people are like 12 is really good, and many vloggers, and we talked about this too. Many vloggers and YouTubers use 12 already, and they're happy with it, and they're still happy with it. So I think I'll just get a 12, but I'm going to go for the Pro Max version instead of just the regular 12 or the 12 Pro. Yeah, because it has more storage capacity and also has more functions and better camera. So I figure we'll just go for it. Yeah. Not much more expensive. I mean, I think 12, based on my carrier plan, if I do a 24-month zero interest contract, it's like $30 extra a month that they'll just add to my contract for 12. But then if I do 12 Pro Max, it's only $45. So it's like, of course, it's like 15 more, but then like it's not that much more, and then you get a better phone out of it. And again, I'm just using it for video purposes. So I'm thinking that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Yeah. And that's with the discount already for being an existing customer. So $45 a month times 24 months. Of course, it's still expensive. I'm not saying it's cheap at all, of course. But yeah, that's yeah. Okay, and then I'll go and... I got distracted by these things, obviously, so I'm going to kill these first, and then I'll go back and do that mission. No need for Pro Max, go with Pro. Is Pro good enough? I'll double check. I didn't bother checking about Pro because I just figured like it's either like the lower one or the higher one. That's what I was deciding. I didn't bother with the middle one. But I'll have to, maybe I'll double check tomorrow, compare what's the difference between Pro and Pro Max. Yeah. Price wise, obviously the Pro should be a little bit cheaper. I'm gonna guess only. I didn't check, but I'm gonna guess the Pro is probably gonna be $40 a month, right? So it makes sense, right? If Pro is, if the base one is 30, then maybe like Pro is 40 or close to 40, and then like Pro Max is 45, right? So yeah. So with Apple here, if I was to buy it from Apple directly, which is just in the mall downstairs in my building, I think it's around like 50 or something a month. It's still not horrible, but I think obviously I would do it with my carrier and just get the discount with it. The slight discount, it's not that much. I think the discount is like a couple $100 off the total price, and then the rest is divided by the 24. That's how they calculate it. So it's not much better. Pro Max is useful only if you shoot in ProRes. Editing, oh, okay. I see. It requires a really high-end computer. Okay. So maybe I'll just stick with the Pro then. You're right. That's a good point. Save money, right? And then we all know, to be very honest with the equipment and technology, they become outdated really fast. So it's not like, yeah. Again, I'm only using it for video purposes if I was to do that. And then I haven't decided what I would do for the other channel yet if I was to do another channel. It would be not gaming, of course. It would be more like lifestyle, vlogging, maybe just random topics. I'm just thinking about like topics that I write about. I would probably just talk about on video. So there's that too. Travel food blogging channels, yeah, those ones are good. And then like obviously right now I can't travel, so it would have to be a mixture of random topics I can talk about. I don't dine out much here, and I don't plan to. Dining out here has gone up significantly, and my city has always been expensive already. But yeah, so. Like just have it, and this was like a couple months ago, and obviously it's even more expensive now. Like I went out for dinner with my siblings recently. We had to go do something for my parents' house, and then basically we had an ant problem in my parents' house, so we had to go and like kill the ants basically. And then after that, I went out with my siblings and we ate dinner. I paid for it. They were paying me back, but that's nice of them. But yeah, anyway, I went out for dinner with them, and yeah, the bill was $340 with tax and tips and everything. So, and we had like skewers, like barbecue stuff, yeah, and beer, yeah. Obviously we had like, well, there was a salad in there, and there was like a fish dish as well, but most of it was just skewers of like meat, different kinds of meat, like beef, chicken, pork, etc. Lamb, yeah. So then like anyway, so like it's expensive, okay? But then mind you, there were 6 of us, so. Like, yeah, like they're not all my siblings, obviously some of them are their partners, like some of them are married, so, but anyway, like there are 6 of us in total, including myself, so for $340, so that's, yeah, it works out to be like $57 a person. It's pretty expensive. But it was fine, I mean, it was after a hard days of work killing ants. You can have 3 full course meal for a week with that money. Yeah, it's not cheap here, just so we're clear. Well, everything's not cheap here, right? I mean, like, even like I was talking about the iPhone and stuff, like $45 a month times 24 months is still a lot of money for the Pro Max. And then that's after I got a few $100 discount from going with my own carrier, like company already. So yeah, nothing's cheap here. It's expensive, this city, yeah. So I am very grateful that I am able to maintain my lifestyle, even though I'm currently unemployed. And I am very happy and grateful that I have a home, like that I'm not going to be kicked out of because I bought this place and own it. So I'm very grateful for that because I see all these news stories of people getting evicted because they can't afford to pay the rent anymore, or the rent got increased, and or the landlord wants to sell the property to make money instead, et cetera, et cetera. Like all these like news stories are always on the news now. And always these news stories have been always been there like for the last few years basically, but more so now, and it's really disheartening. So I'm very grateful that I was able to achieve what I've achieved, so that I have a roof over my head, I have food, and I'm pretty frugal overall. I don't spend much money, so I'm happy, and I just invest my money. And normally I would just spend my money traveling, but we can't travel right now, so it's not worth it. Yeah. Because apparently they said that travel prices for this summer are really expensive because a lot of people want to do it, but also because they have understaff at the airports and understaff on the airlines, so they're jacking up all the prices, and also the gas prices have gone up. So it's just really not worth traveling, in my opinion, it sounds like, for this summer. Even if you can, it's not really worth it. And also lots of delays and lots of flight cancellations, and you have to wait and like normally when they say international travel you have to go like 3 hours ahead, like to the airport normally, right? And even sometimes you can get away with just going there like 2 hours ahead, right? No, now you have to go there like 6 hours ahead just to wait in line to get to the counter. It's like crazy. I'm like, that's stupid, I don't want to do that. And then there's also the chance that while you're waiting in line, they announce on the announcer to say that the flight has been canceled. Like, oh god, I don't want to deal with that kind of stress, you know? Yeah, everything's gone up. It's just really unfortunate. So the most important part is just to stay safe, stay healthy, and be frugal, I guess. Yeah. Oil prices increase? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like gas and even cooking oil, like oil and energy of all kinds have gone up. So thank God, like I said recently, like it's been warmer here, so we haven't had to use heat, so that's good. And then it's not hot enough to use air conditioner yet, so that's good as well. So my normally in the winter here, my heating costs are really expensive. Um, yeah, I think the highest was like $500 for 2 months because I am on a bi-monthly cycle, so I pay every 2 months for my energy. So I only get 6 bills a year here. So then like yeah, like there was a few months where it was like $500 like for 2 months. So that's 250 a month. That's pretty expensive. So and then normally now for these months like the spring and summer months where we don't need as much heat, it's usually like under 100 for 2 months, so it's like $50 a month. It's pretty, yeah. So for 500 for 2 months is a big deal. Right? So but anyway, yeah, the large number of cyclers on the road create a lot minor accidents. Oh, and traffic jams. Oh, so they ban cycling. Oh, okay. What happens if I don't heat? Nothing. Like we just turn it off. Like they don't charge me for it. Here heat is considered electricity and it's just part of your heating bill, or here we call it hydro because our country does not use nuclear power. We use hydropower because Canada is surrounded by water, right? So we use water. Yeah. So some cities use wind energy because it's very windy in some cities. But my city or my province, we use hydro electricity. So it's water, like water dams and yeah, stuff like that. So so then like our electricity comes from water, and therefore like we just if we don't pay, like if we don't use the heat, then we don't get charged for it. That's all. Yeah. so in a way, it's kind of like an average price for the year, and then like it just saves money that way. So yeah. Oh, and you guys have coal too. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because India should be around like there's an ocean as well, an Indian Ocean, and like you know. Yeah, because like here they don't allow like burning like fossil fuels and coals and stuff anymore because obviously they're trying to be green and all that stuff. So yeah, we haven't had that in a while already. I think there's obviously still some factories I think that still do that, but not as much anymore. So yeah. Oil prices went up, so people start cycling. Government banned cycling, so people start rioting and stop going to jobs. Oh yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah, it's bad because yeah, people need to, yeah, because how do they get to work, right? And then how do they make money if everything's costing more too, right? Yeah, I mean, I have a car and I don't drive much. Last year I only drove. I only filled up my tank of gas like 4 times in a year, and one of those times was like a gift card. So like, it was a promotion, so I didn't have to pay. So I really only paid 3 times last year in the whole year of 2021. So that's pretty good. So this year I hope to not have to spend any money on gas as well. Although I already filled my gas, I think, but it's fine. Um, and I've been like I normally don't because I know I don't drive much, so I normally don't even like fill it full. I only fill like half a tank usually. So even though the price of gas has gone up, yes, but I still maintain only filling half a tank of gas, and that usually lasts me for like several months because I don't drive that often. And across the street from me, literally across the street from me, is like a train station, like for a subway. So I mean, if I wanted to, I could just go in there. But and then downstairs, like I said, it's a shopping center. It's our biggest shopping center. And there's also a bus station downstairs, like a bus, yeah, like a main bus station. Let's put it that way, with lots of buses and bus lines going through there. So like, yeah, I don't really need to drive. Yeah. But luckily, I live high enough that I don't hear any of the noise, so that's good. And I'm not like so close to it, so that's good. Have I watched The Boys? No, I haven't. I heard it's good. I have never even seen like season 1 or 2, but I know they're out with season 3 on Amazon Prime already. So I'm thinking about binging 1 and 2 first, and then continuing with 3. I know it's a dark, twisted story about superheroes. Yes. And The Umbrella Academy, I have not watched it because I feel like that's more for like younger people. I don't normally like to watch like stuff about teenagers and kids. But I know it's popular though, of course, because it's like up to season 3 now, right? Something like that. Yeah, season 3. That's good. Yeah, what have I been watching recently? So I in terms of movies, the last big one I watched was Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was good. And then I'm waiting for. I really love Jurassic Park and King Kong, like those giant monster kind of movies. So I'm waiting. Like I mean, Jurassic Park, the final one just released recently here, and I'm not going to go to the movie theater. I'll just wait when it becomes available for streaming, because some streaming services have it like a month later. So I'm gonna wait. Yeah, it's fine. But I can't wait. Yeah, because I don't want to go to the theater still. I don't. I mean, we've lifted our mask mandates here, and our vaccine passports have been removed as well for like restaurants and dining and like entertainment. I think, and then they're removing like travel restrictions now too. Right? So like there are all these things, but I still don't trust like going with a lot of people, and also I don't want to spend the money. To be very honest, I don't really feel comfortable spending like money right now, especially when like on entertainment, let's put it that way, when like everything's expensive, right? I mean, I can live comfortably, but I don't want to like just waste my money, right? So yeah. The Boys is really, really good. Highly recommend. Yeah, yeah. I know it's gory. My friend told me about it already. Yeah, so I can handle it. And obviously I know it's fiction and it is superhero and it's like a dark version of superheroes. So I do want to see it. Yeah. And one of the guys that's I think that joined in season 2 or is joining for season 3, he's from a previous series that finished that I really enjoyed. It's called Supernatural, and it's like the series of these two brothers that go around hunting demons and ghosts and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyway, that series concluded, and then right after it concluded, he officially announced that he was joining the cast of The Boys, and I think he plays a similar character to like a Captain America type of character. So obviously they're not named after the actual other superheroes; they're their own. So then yeah, like so he's joining that cast. So I'm really excited because he's a good actor. Yeah. His name is Jensen Ackles. Yeah, and that series Supernatural was filmed in my city because my city films lots of movies and TV shows for Hollywood because it's cheaper here to film than in the U.S. in some cases, and I think that they like here for um, like the scenery and stuff because we have mountains, we have ocean, we have forest, we have obviously modern city, we also have countryside, like we have a mixture of things, we have farms as well. So then like they like to like Hollywood loves to come up here. So that's what they call it us like unofficially we're called Hollywood North. So yeah, so they film lots of that stuff here. LG is expanding its creator network as well. See if you can become an LG Ultra Gear partner. They even send you a free high-end monitor. They need you to promote their monitors at the start and end of the streams. Oh, interesting. Thank you. I'll look into that. LG Ultra Gear partner. I'll type that in now. I'm just gonna create an extra like tab open and I'll look into it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we'll look into that. Yeah. And then I don't know, like my YouTube is doing okay. Like I don't know if I'm gonna get a payout this month. um, but like, cause you know how you have to reach $100 before they pay you out, right? So I haven't reached it yet. I'm close, but not there yet. I don't know. And their payout, I think, is in like next week, I think. So I'm probably not gonna make it in time. So I'll probably have to wait another month. Yeah. And then for my blog writing, I get paid out monthly. So far we're on track to keep doing better every month. Obviously, the money is not like high to begin with because I just got monetized like fairly recently, so it's not like I'm making like big bucks on there, but I mean I'm keeping it going. And then I haven't decided if I want to do a podcast anymore or not. I remember we kept talking about that. I'm thinking if I do end up buying the new laptop and the new phone for videoing, then maybe I will just skip podcasting and just do videos instead where I talk, you know? Yeah. Because that's the same thing, right? Yeah, it's the same as this, really. It's just the difference here is that I'm not on the camera here, right? Because obviously Genshin is in the background, right? For those ones, the thing is I have to like put something on the camera or I have to be in front of the camera. That's the only difference. Yeah. Because those would not be talking about games. Those would be talking about something else, right? So yeah, and that would be a separate channel. How much am I up to for my streams? I'm up to, I think, $70 now. Not high enough to get paid out. Yeah, so up to, as of right now, I think we're up to 70. Yeah. So every day I make like a few bucks, like maybe $1 to $2. It's not like a lot, obviously, but like for YouTube. Because obviously I don't post that many videos, and all of my videos are not like more like viral or more interesting than other bigger streamers out there already. But I will say this. I've noticed that a lot of those bigger streamers out there they have a drop in views as well. A lot of them don't even have as much views as they used to. They don't get hundreds of thousands of views per video anymore. No one seems to care as much anymore about this game or about what the streamers have to say about the game because I think many players are able to figure out the game, aside from newer players. But most players that have been around for this game for at least a few patches already know what they're doing, so they don't really watch people play or watch people's like tips anymore. I don't think. But I will say the ones that are doing really well are those leaker videos, which we talked about last time. Those shorts that are like 1 to 2 minute long, where they talk about like some leaks and stuff. Again, it's questionable how they stay like afloat without being like struck down by by Hoyoverse, but whatever. I'm not doing that, so yeah. And those videos are highly edited as well, so I don't really feel the need to like highly edit something for like 2 minutes. So So yeah, and oh, so how much do I make on my articles? So I will be honest, the articles actually make, so for last month I made like 20 bucks. And then this month, right now it's the 15th, right? So I'm sitting at 10. So it's around, so basically like 20 bucks a month. It's not a lot, okay? So yeah, and then so realistically for my YouTube, I'm only making like, let's just say $1 a day on average, sometimes more, sometimes less. Last month I made like I think I made $38 on this YouTube channel. So let's just pretend it's 30. So combined together, I make $50 a month between the YouTube and the blog. Maybe 60 if I push it a little, right? You know, it's not a lot. I want to make that clear. I do enjoy this though. Obviously, I love talking to you guys and girls. I love playing the game still. I love like writing about various topics. Yeah, and then yeah. So for my topics that I write about topics that I'm interested in. So it's not necessarily, I'm not writing it for an audience in hopes that I will go viral or become famous. I'm writing things that I want to talk about. So I, for example, write about like TV shows that I watched or movies that I watched or like situations that I heard of or have affected me or my views on things. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about like religion and I don't talk about anything that's like negative against somebody else because I don't want it to come back against me because I'm using my real name on there. So that's why. But then like I keep things neutral, but I also provide my opinion on things. That's all. Yeah. Like obviously I will still like if I was doing like a movie review or like a TV show review, I would give critiques as well. Like I could be critical too, but I will like overall like my goal. Obviously, I'm not a professional either. I'm not like a TV person that works in the industry or a movie person, right? So I'm only giving my critique based on as a viewer, right? You know, so yeah. Yeah, and then obviously sometimes my articles talk about the stock market, the crypto market, NFT market, because I do investments, obviously. I talk about that stuff there. So yeah, there's like different things that I talk about. Yeah. And then lately, because I was like playing the catch-up game because I took like a week off, um, because I was playing catch-up, so in a way, I was trying to focus on quantity more than like quality. Although I feel like my articles are still okay, like decently well written, but then like it was more about quantity. So then like I needed like quick stories and quick ideas. So I was just writing stuff about like stuff that was in the news, you know, like interesting stories that I thought about or heard about, you know, or like things that I want to put my spin on, you know. So that's what I was doing. So like three of like the articles I wrote yesterday were about like celebrities. So it was just some interesting news that happened, you know, and then like yeah, so whatever. It's fine. Other people do it too, so yeah. Okay, alright. So iPhone 12 Pro is the best. The normal one has many essential features missing, and the Max is expensive but doesn't offer much more that you can't actually use practically. Oh, okay. Good, thank you. So maybe we'll go for the iPhone 12 Pro, so that's good. So you save me a little bit of extra money there, so thank you. So I will definitely do that, yeah. And yes, Genshin streamers are bleeding subscribers. They're not just bleeding subscribers, they could be bleeding like viewers as well, and viewership hours, and therefore ad revenue. Also, from what I understand, because the economy is crap right now, all around, especially in the US, what happened is that like a lot of advertisers are dropping their advertisement budgets. Even for like the YouTube advertisements that you see, a lot of the brands, they're reducing the amount of advertisements that they're willing to pay for. So therefore, that will also directly affect all streamers, big and small, because if there's less advertiser dollars out there for videos, then there's just going to be less basically all around, right? So yeah. Because I was like looking at like okay, I'll be honest, I haven't watched any of the Seka Poco or Tenha's videos in a while. I stopped watching Tectone many ages ago, and I stopped watching Majestic right around when he got pulled for that month. So that was a long time ago. I have not really watched any other streamers. I think here and there I might pop in and take a look at Moga because, like you said, me and Moga are very similar in our content style. And here and there I do pop in and check on Valkyria because again he is also a PS5 streamer that just talks but his are short videos. He never does more than 10 minutes. His videos are really short. You know, and you know I do check out like how many viewers and stuff they have. Obviously they are all way bigger than me, of course, not comparing or not competing, but you know, like Valkyria being the closest similar kind to mine, he still makes like I think 10 to 30K, so let's just say average 20K views on each video. Now I have seen some that were under 10K, but like overall, like he just talks for like 5 to 8 minutes. about his topic, and then his topic is usually something negative, to be honest. He criticizes this game, he criticizes things here and there, right? And then like yeah, but then he still gets the views. Like that's great. And then his thumbnail is even simpler than mine. It's just like a screenshot of some kind of scenery in the game, and then he'll just put text on top of it. So that's fine. I'm not criticizing him. I think that's fine because I have to look at him because he's very similar to what I'm doing. So, I mean, it's great, but then it is what it is, yeah. And then the other one that I occasionally watch is Sevi Plays, which is the female from Philippines, I think. And she just got her 100K subscriber plaque from YouTube, the silver play button. So that was great. I didn't comment in her video, but I did watch it. So that's great. I mean, one day maybe, I don't know. 100K subscribers just seems so far off now. I'm only sitting at 1150. I think I lost 2 since last week. I was at 1152. And that was because like last week then I gained 5. I think I gained 5 in that one night because there was a lot of people that came on. And then like I think I lost 2 since then, but whatever. Fine. His are edited and the videos are shorter. Yeah. Mine are, I know. Exactly. I know that. My streams are long. And I'm not competing. I'm not talking about these, but like, when I do the shorter ones here and there too, when I talk about like reviewing a character or a weapon or whatever, but those are still longer than his. I know that. So I know we're not competing, obviously, and it is what it is. I will have to look forward to figuring out ways to make the content more edited in the future. Yeah, so that's all. Yeah, and so just things to look forward to. I mean, again, like let's be honest here, like it's not guaranteed that just because I spend more time on this, that I would make more money. I mean, obviously doing the same thing will only net me the same results too. I understand that too. But so we have to really just be mindful of what effort we're willing to put into it and how much more we can get out of it, right? Because I have a friend, a really close friend, and she also is writing on the blog after I recommended it to her. And like she makes a lot less than I do. And it's not saying that I made a lot on there already, but I'm, like at least making something, right? She is only up to like $1 right now, and last month she made like $4. So she's getting discouraged of writing. So, but I want to be honest here. I'm a better writer than her, but I mean at the same time, I'm not like saying that I'm the best writer either. But like, and my topics I feel are more interesting. But anyway, I mean, it's not about me critiquing her or anything like that, but I'm just trying to say, like, so to each their own, right? Yeah, she started after me and she got monetized too because I taught her how to get monetized. It's actually really easy to get monetized on that platform. But, like, that's not the point. The point is, like, yeah, but then getting monetized is the part of it. But then how do you get money, right? So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So now that we have our Serenity pot, as you can see on the screen, I'm trying to get all these bonuses. I have not built the Inazuma pot separately, but I'm just going to use my current pot, my beach pot, and just like build these things and put them inside of there just to like get the rewards. So that's what I'm doing lately. Oh, really? My shorter videos are still live streams, but YouTube doesn't promote live streams like it does regular. Oh, that's why. Oh, thank you. I just realized that too. Okay. Huh. So maybe I need to pre-record them and then upload them, I guess. So that's the difference. Oh, I never thought of it that way. Thank you. Well, that's just an extra step, I guess. Okay. So maybe, okay, that's good to know. Okay, so that's good to know. So maybe I'm going to experiment then. For the next few shorter videos about like whether it's a character one, maybe Cookie or whatever, or maybe just some other random character. I'm gonna try to pre-record it on PS5, and then I'm going to upload it separately. So it's just an extra step. I have to transfer from the PS5 obviously to then the laptop, and then just upload it. I will still keep it unedited and unscripted, but then maybe keep it more concise and try to keep it a little shorter and see if that makes a difference in views. I'm going to test that out, and if it is better, then of course, then that's great, right? And I'll let you know. Yeah, so that's great. Yeah. Oh, I never knew that. Okay, thank you. See, I don't know these things.
与湖中洞天有关的问题。
Actually, when are those other items gonna be done?
这片洞
Just so I know. Oh, in 2 hours. Well, I don't know if we'll still be awake by then for these two, but that's okay. It's not like it's enough to make like the set. Okay. Yeah, so then earlier today, I was on the phone with my friend, the one that was doing the writing, and we're just talking about stuff and updating each other. And then like while I was on the phone with her, I was just like going to, because I'm starting to make these like Serenity pot furnishing things, and you need wood for that, right? So I was like chopping wood in the Chinchu forest, and then I was chopping wood and in the Rito, right? And then I was just like talking to her, because then it's mindless. I don't have to talk, like I don't have to focus on what I'm actually doing. And then I just put Ito in my team so that you get the potential like 25 to 50% bonus. Yeah, and then I was just like chopping wood. So yeah, because obviously we need wood in some cases for those furnishings. Alrighty, so let's work on the ley lines. Okay, so thank you. I'm gonna definitely test out the whole shorter videos thing. Then I'm actually really interested now to know the difference. So I'm going to maybe post like another, like a few like character review videos, because I actually was building because there's nothing else, because now we've entered the second, basically the second 2/3 of this patch, right? And you know that there's really like these are just small events now. There's no more large events, right? So then like realistically, that's why I haven't really done much either. But I've been leveling up, because on this banner, the current banner, we know that there's Barbara, Noelle, and Yanfei. I've been leveling those three up. Yanfei was already built in my game, but then like I just rebuilt her a little bit, and then for Barbara I actually started building her this week. So that's what I was working on. And then Noelle, I already kind of started building her previous to this patch during the delay period between 2.6 and 2.7. So I figured, I guess soon I'll release those videos, but I'll do them because I'm not saying that they're gonna gather lots of views either, obviously, because they're like just whatever characters. But then like I'm going to try and test it out so that you know, maybe if I upload a video, then maybe it does better than doing a stream. And then we'll see if there's a difference. Yeah, that would be helpful. Also, I joined a Discord and a Reddit. It's for YouTubers and new YouTubers, but you have to be monetized. So it's only they required me to prove that I was monetized. So they needed my confirmation email that I was monetized. Anyway, and then like you join it, and they're very nice. And then like you ask questions in there, and then they answer because they're more experienced. And also like you can ask them for tips, you know, about your channel. So I did ask a few, and then they told me that I need to add more advertisement like breaks into my videos. Now, just so we're clear, I don't add the advertisement breaks in my live streams because, like you said, there's like 2 to 3 hours of stuff there. It's not really worth it, and no one's gonna rewatch them outside of the live stream, to be very honest. Now, there were a few times where after I posted a live stream, thank God, there are some people on my subscriber list, so thank you guys if you are watching this on replay. You know, that you guys do watch them on replay out of, maybe you have the time, let's say, to leave it on in the background, so that's nice. But majority of people don't watch them, I know that already. So that's why I don't bother to go back in and add the separate advertisement breaks for these videos. Yeah, so. But for the shorter videos, I definitely have been adding, I went back to all my other videos and I went and added back advertisement breaks for all of them. Because apparently when you let YouTube decide for you, it's automatic. Some videos it'll put some in, like maybe a couple, and some videos it'll put 0 in. I didn't know that. So that's what the tip was that they taught me, that they said you have to go into every video and you have to manually assign where the breaks are placed. Yeah, so I didn't know that, in case you're wondering. So I'm learning as well. So that's good to know, right? So yeah. And yeah, so for some of my so-called more popular videos that are older, like usually they're like about like weapons or tips or whatever, I notice because I can see my stats. I know which ones are popular or more slightly more popular, let's say. And then so for those ones, I did plug in more advertisement breaks because they're more popular. And then for the other ones, I don't put in as much, but I do put in some. And it has helped, I will say. It has helped. Obviously, I want to get a payout from Google soon. That's why I want to increase my earnings this way too, if I can just do it. So I will. Yeah. And it has been helping, I will say. Like my earnings from YouTube, at least from the calculations, have been going up every month. And of course, last month was the best month so far, and I'm hoping to exceed that this month because, but mind you, I haven't posted as many short videos, so thank you for the reminder, Rishabh, because now that if stream versions of the video doesn't do as well, then I definitely need to switch that to like doing the extra work of just recording it on PS5 and then transferring it over and then uploading it separately and then putting in the ad breaks, of course, and combining all these things that we've learned, then to hopefully then optimize and make more for the same video. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting to make like hundreds of dollars from every video, obviously. I'm expecting to make a few more dollars, that's all. Like, you know, and a few more cents, that's all. So, yeah. And similarly with my blog, I realized that when I was off for 1 week, the algorithm there pushed my blog to many more viewers and readers as well. And I continued to make money while I was not posting. Now, I will say though, by posting new stuff, the algorithm likes it better, obviously, so it has helped by me going back as well. And I call it feeding the algorithm, just like doing this is kind of like feeding the algorithm as well. Like you have to keep it happy and like know that you're still doing stuff for it. So this and then, yeah, but I will definitely post more stuff as well. Moga makes $700 per video. Well, that's because he has lots of viewers already, right? And he has like lots of subscribers and lots of views. So that's great that he does that. I'm not there. I mean, maybe in like a few years, if this game is still popular by then, who knows, right? I did buy Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I haven't started it yet. There's an RPG mode in there, and I definitely want to do that. What I did do was, though, I did play with the game, obviously, just to do the basic training mode, just so I can learn the buttons. So it's actually kind of a simplified fighting game in terms of buttons, but it's actually really interesting, and I bought it because it was on sale last week, and it was like it's an anime that I liked and really enjoyed. So yeah, so I will be streaming those. And that's my casual game. That's what I decided. That's gonna be the casual game. So I'm gonna do the RPG mode, obviously, and the RPG mode is literally just like playing with the character and playing through the story. It's not just the arcade versus story mode. That's a separate mode. But RPG mode, apparently, you can get like skins and like for weapons and character skins from doing the RPG mode, and obviously there's story to it too. So I figured that's fine. And people say that it's quite a good story, at least because it's kind of like the anime. So I thought, okay, that's fine because I like the anime. So it's like playing through the anime. Also because they're going to come out with their official RPG, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and it was supposed to come out this month actually. So what they did was they had to push it back, and so they're going to push it to 2023, and then they're going to have a next update discussion announcement in December. So they announced it recently. So yeah. But anyway, regardless of that, I figured like I was gonna support that franchise anyway, so that's what I did. Oh, and then tomorrow is the Abyss reset. So that's good, Rishab. You're gonna be able to get another 36 stars again. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how much. I mean, hopefully in the future I can make more money. Obviously, that'll be nice to be able to make a nice side income from like this stuff. I don't make much, obviously, but I mean, we're just starting, so I'm positive and optimistic that we can make it. But I would also need to increase my subscribers as well. So maybe you're right. Maybe because the algorithm doesn't like or recognize my streamed versions of videos as much as it, therefore it doesn't like that. So we'll see. We'll have to experiment, right? The other thing I considered was going back to Twitch. I mean, I have a Twitch account. I don't use it anymore, but I do have it. Same name, Flower Gaming Project. I actually started the Twitch before I started the YouTube, but anyway, I was thinking about going back there in order to like stream other games because I think Twitch prefers its algorithm prefers streaming, whereas YouTube's algorithm does not, I guess, right? So that's why I was thinking like maybe I should do that. But then for these I would still do them here because that's where you guys and girls know me from. So I would still be happy to do these because I don't expect like lots of views from these anyway. But then like there I could be streaming other games, in order to like maybe try to build an audience there. Obviously I have zero, but I would try to build it there. I don't know. But then I'd have to try to get monetized there as well. So that's another issue. So that's why I was thinking like, well, is it worth it to do it there or should I just continue only doing all the streams of any other game here, right, you know? Damn her, why can't she go in? Sometimes she can go in. Oh, there. You have to do floor 12 6 times to get it done? That's fine. Remember in those other videos from way before, I had to like retry, like this was many cycles ago already, many patches ago, where I had to retry certain floors as well. And then only in the recent ones, obviously for my own sanity, but also for the purpose of the video, not to make that final floor 12 video like over an hour, which it usually used to be. I had to, I decided that if I wasn't gonna make it, I was just gonna restart, like retry it within that round right away, you know? And then, yeah, so to make the video shorter. So at least now I'm happy with the length of those videos, but those are still streamed as well. Those are not like videos that I've uploaded. So maybe in the future, even for those Abyss videos, maybe I should record them on PS and then upload them afterward, and then see if that makes a difference. Rule 34 artists keep drawing ether licking Yalan on her mole. Why? Where is Yalan's mole? Is it on her boobs? I think they're just trying to say, like, because Ether is, like, simping for her, right? Isn't that what they're trying to kind of imply? Yes, it's on her boobs. Okay, that's why. Yeah, so they're just simping it, I think. That's fine. They can do that, I guess. And I would like to continue, like, you know how before I used to, like, stream more often, like, almost daily, but I can't because it's so late. That's the only problem. I mean, yes, I'm unemployed, but still, it's kind of late. But I don't mind doing it here and there, but then I can't maintain doing it too often, but I would like to. Yeah. So what's going to happen is in the winter or the fall, so that's a few months from now, we're going to lose an hour again. So then my reset time becomes 1 a.m. So maybe then it'll be more easier to like stream more regularly again. Yeah. Because it's like a half year where we lose an hour and then half year where we gain an hour. It's just really stupid. We should just get rid of that stupid daylight savings time thing that we have. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So right now I'm trying to level up Barbara. I know this is dumb because I normally wouldn't, but I was trying to level her up because I was trying to take her like acquaint fates because I'm actually very close to soft pity on the standard banner. Now I would never like use gems to exchange for those acquaint fates. I would never recommend that. But I figured like these ones, like I'm already close, and I did exchange the ones at the Paimon shop. But then like I'm really close because eventually you get close, right? And then like I figured like well, I'll build Barbara and then like take her acquaint fates, and then so then out of the remaining characters, let me see. I only have Razor and Amber left. I already built Noelle as well, right? So then like, and then yeah, so then these are the only two that are not built. I mean, I don't use the MC, and I haven't built his like Electro character. I never even bothered. I was stupid that I actually built his Animo and Geo before. That was like many patches ago, probably like a year ago. So I regretted that already. But moving forward, I did not bother building him for Electro. I did not bother at all. So it is what it is. So anyway, yeah. So then these two, because Razor is technically very close to getting another Acquaint Fate, because his next one is going to be Acquaint Fate, and he's only missing two of these like electro hypostasis things. So I'm thinking maybe I would go, but I have to sacrifice 40 resin for this. I would probably go and fight it once, kill it, and then take his acquaint fate. And then like maybe I would do a separate like standard wish banner wish video. Not that it's gonna matter. It's only gonna be a few wishes anyway, because like I said, I'm only a few wishes away from soft pity. So maybe that's something to do. And then I would not build Razor or Amber anytime soon. But I think Barbara was my last one that I was willing to build only because she was already like kind of like in the middle. I think she was already like at 3 or 4 Ascension stars already. So I'm like, oh, might as well just try to get her remaining Acquaint Fate, you know? So that's all. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go and just farm ores then, I guess. Oh, actually, no, I know who I can farm. What I can farm. I'm gonna go farm the Shadow Husks. Yes, because they reset every night. I don't need them anymore. I have thousands of their stuff already, believe it or not. Because I farm them every day, and they drop more than one. They're not cheap like the freaking like samurais and the stupid specters. They drop way more than one every kill. So you get way more, and so like I'm literally in the thousands of their stuff now. And I did need them, I think, at one point for Yalan stuff while I was leveling her earlier this patch. And then I think, I have a feeling, that it may come useful again for some other crap that's going to be released in the future, so who knows. I don't like the fact that Cookie needs the Ruin Serpent in order to ascend. That's kind of stupid, because what does she need to do with the Ruin Serpent? I know that she was part of this story, so fine, but we didn't technically meet the Ruin Serpent in this story either, you know? So it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I would rather her be part of the, I don't know, Thundering Manifestation in Inazuma or something else, I don't know. But whatever. Because people are pissed about that too online, by the way. Because the Rune Serpent drops Geo pieces, not Electro. So you're still gonna need the Geo like crystals in order to ascend her. So I'm sorry, the Electro crystals in order to ascend her. So that's why we were saying that's stupid because then you have to go and farm them elsewhere, unless you have them already, you know. So or unless you're willing to spend the dust or whatever, the dust of Azar or whatever it's called, in order to exchange your pieces. Yeah. I figure I'll collect the star shrooms and the fungi as well because I'm going to make a guess that their stuff is going to be used for future characters. I have a feeling the star shrooms are special because right now it's not going to be used for Cookie either. But the star shrooms are going to likely be used for Sumeru characters because of that whole storyline where that talking mushroom thing in here said that it's from Sumeru and whatever. Right? I have a feeling, maybe I don't know. And maybe the fungi things too, I don't know. Oops.
别白费功夫，你的性命我收下了。
And I know Cookie uses Elegance talents, so I have to farm that. And then she uses the Rune Serpent pieces. And then I'm still not sure what weapon to give her, to be very honest. I think I'm going to give her Festering Desire, because it looks kind of cool on her, because it's purple and black and stuff. And I think her skill is going to be her big thing. I don't think it's going to be her burst, actually. Her burst will definitely have an attack aspect to it, too, but I don't know that people are going to use her that way. She's like a half healer, half like damage dealer, but apparently people online said that she's shit, apparently. I don't know. People are saying that they did her dirty because like she sacrifices her HP, but she doesn't gain damage out of it like how Hu Tao does. So then that's why they're saying that that's kind of stupid, they said. So I don't know. What do you guys think? That's why I'm not going to go heavy for her. I'm not going to go deep on her wish as well, because I don't want to risk like getting like Ito constellations. I don't really need them. I don't want to risk like wasting like wishes. I just want to get one copy of her. That's it. One copy, like C0. I'm fine. I don't care, because most of the 4-star characters that have been new are lackluster. Like none of them are like great like the original 4-star characters that we got in the game, like Xingqiu, Shangling, Bennett. Like, and maybe even Sucrose, like, I don't think you can beat those original 4-star characters. Like, none of the 4-star characters since then have been, like, must-have or, like, must-build or, like, must-use, you know? So, yeah. Oh, I didn't turn on... Oh, shit. I forgot to switch... Can I switch now? Okay. I forgot to switch to this thing.
向我臣服吧。
Yeah, so I'll have to farm the Ruin Serpent, and then I'll have to farm Elegance, and I don't know what weapon to give her, but what else? Oh, and I also don't know like what artifact set to give her, to be very honest. I was thinking about like she might do well with Emblem, but people online also said that she might do well with a 2-piece Tenacity set for HP bonus, right? And then depending on if you build her as a burst DPS or not, which is obvious, then it could be Emblem or it could be Noblesse, right? So those are options I'm considering. And then some people are saying to put like a healing bonus on her, and some people are saying to skip that and just focus only on HP. Some people are also saying Elemental Mastery because that's part of her kit. I don't think the Elemental Mastery is going to be a big deal. I think it's mostly HP, I'm going to be very honest. I think it's mostly HP and maybe healing, but I wouldn't use her strictly as a healer either, so I think it's going to be HP. And then I guess another so next week is going to be Cookie coming out, and of course Ito's rerun, and then one more week after that is going to be hopefully the 2.8 live stream preview. Time's just flying this patch. This patch doesn't have much, but it's an interesting patch nonetheless. But not much is happening. And it's speculated that the 2.8 live stream preview will have a preview of Sumeru. And that 2.8 may also introduce some Sumeru characters to us, which is nice. So anyway, back to you guys. Did you guys do anything fun over the weekend or anything? Or any fun plans for this coming weekend? As you know, I was killing ants. That was my weekend, so not necessarily fun, but it was required. Oh, I got stuck on the rock. Oh, whatever.
固若金汤。
You think you got a new monitor soon? Check your options. Oh, that's good. I did not like killing the ants. I'll be honest, I don't like insects. So no, I did not like killing them, but I had to do them.
安如磐石。
无处遁逃。
Luckily, it wasn't too bad when we got there. Definitely it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as we had thought. But we think that there's more, and so what we did do was we set some traps, and then my sibling went to check on it earlier today. This was like a few days later, obviously. And yeah, there's lots of dead ones there. They took the bait and they died, so that's good. And it seems like there's not as many new ones, which is good. So it's under control, I think. Yeah. And then, like, with the nice weather here now, people are worrying about their bodies again, obviously, and working out is becoming very important. So I have not worked out for like basically since the pandemic started. So obviously I've lost muscle and I have lost lines like abs and stuff. So I need to get back into that. I just haven't been able to. I've been lazy, obviously, because 2 years plus of not working out makes you lazy, obviously. So I need to get back into that, and I need to get back to my dieting plan, which means I have to go back and buy supplements and protein powders and all that stuff again. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. And luckily, my gym in my building has reopened. Not fully, but pretty close to full already. So it's been pretty good. I have not gone, but yeah. And then my friend, the other one that's doing the writing right now, because she has a full-time job, but like she's writing, and then like I'm very supportive of her, of course. But then I again feel that like our writing styles are just different. So anyway, regardless, she is like her building is not near my building, but like it's a maybe 10-minute drive from my building. But anyway, her building's gym is bigger than mine and it has more equipment. So we're like talking and she's just telling me like, oh yeah, if my gym is crowded, because her gym is fully opened again, like full capacity. So then I'm like, so then we're just saying that I could go to use hers or whatever. We'll see. Yeah. Her gym is like double mine's size, I think. And then like her building is also a part of a shopping mall, a different mall. Yeah. How do I kill the ants? Oh, so there's many methods. So online people say you can just vacuum them, but then we didn't want to risk damaging our vacuum, because what if they don't die when they go inside the vacuum and then they like, damage the gears of the vacuum? So then that's even worse. Then you have to like buy it again, right? So what we did do was that like we actually just used wet paper towels and just smushed them and like gathered them and then killed them with our hands, like smashed them into the floor, basically, like yeah, crushed them. And then you clean them out, and then like when they're getting attacked, they signal the others to come out. So you just have to just to be very patient. And then every so often you have to look and see if more come out, and then just kill them. And you have to follow where they are. It's not hard actually to kill them. Yeah. And the other benefit is that if you can locate the queen, because they will designate like a temporary queen because they're trying to like infest your home, right? Obviously, yeah. If you can, my sibling told me that they found the queen early and they killed it. They stomped it out right away. So I think that disorients the rest of the colony. The queen is obviously more visible. It's like the fatter one, the bigger, longer one. Yeah, so they killed it right away, and then I don't know. And while we were doing it, I think we saw another one because when you kill the queen, they nominate another one to become the next queen because they know, right? So like yeah, I think that we killed the second one as well. And yeah, and then so that's why today when they went back to check, then like there was just mostly dead bodies everywhere, and then we set traps, like they're just ant traps. Like it's basically full of poison. It's like sugar. It looks like sugar water. It's clear. And then what apparently what they do is they eat the sugar water or they bring it back to the nest to feed the babies and to feed like others. And then they oops, I got killed. I didn't know I was talking. Anyway, whatever. And then like then they feed it to the others in the colony, and then they all die together. Yeah. And if they feed it to their babies or feed it to their eggs, then the eggs will die. So yeah, that's how you kill them. And the traps are not cheap, they were expensive, so that was like, I think my sibling said that they spent $80 on traps. So it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than hiring an exterminator and like, you know, where they come and basically fill your home full of poison, and then you can't even go inside of your home for like a day or something. You have to go and stay in a hotel or something like that, or like, yeah, because it's full of poison, like, you know, and you have to air out your home afterward. So like, yeah, I mean, we just do it. Luckily, it was a small colony that was just starting to migrate into the home, so we were able to take care of them and kill them off. Yeah, we just need to monitor now that hopefully they don't nominate another queen and move in more, and then otherwise, then we're good. You locate your house, pour kerosene down their hills, and drown them. Oh, okay, that works too. Yep. Yes, or you have to also you can also set them on fire, I guess. Yeah. So here, because they're in the home, we don't want to do that because kerosene is flammable. It's also a chemical, right? So we just do them in a simplistic way. So yeah. You have a fat body now and the ugly bastard kind from mangas. It's okay. It's fine. It's COVID. We blame everything on COVID now. It's fine. Yeah, and then so like my gym has a wet sauna and a dry sauna as well, and I don't I think I've never really I only used it when I first moved in here, but anyway, um well, I mean now that it's getting warmer, I wouldn't use it anyway. But I would like to use it in the winter time though. Now that those have reopened as well, so that's something to look forward to. 'But yeah, like people are heading to the gym now apparently, and they're like obviously focusing on trying to look good for the summer, so I need to get on that. And then yeah, I don't know, like we just think of different things. Do you think podcasts are still worth doing, or probably just skip it and just focus on videos, right? Probably. I'm thinking that too now. Because I'm thinking, like, I don't even listen to people's podcasts, but I'm willing to watch people's videos, right? So I'm just thinking, like, maybe it's just skip podcasts altogether. There's no point. I think the only popular podcasts are the ones that were already established already from before. Yeah. Yeah, skip podcasts. Yeah, thank you. I thought so too. Because I was going to do it, and I'm like, no, there's no point. Because I was going to go buy a mic and everything. I'm like, no, forget it then. But I might still buy, like, a lapel mic, for if I get the iPhone, then I can, like, use that to, like, record my voice, obviously, right? So... But maybe I'll just cheap it out and just use like you know, my Apple earphones for that, you know, and then that could be another way as well, the one with the mic on it. So, because that people did say that that's acceptable. But mics are also cheap now, like the little ones are cheap now too. So.
固若金汤。
The ones who have popular podcasts now also run YouTube channels and draw lists. Yeah, exactly. You have to cross pollinate your platforms basically. It's the same as like popular YouTubers also do TikTok and stuff. So yeah, like I said, like my friend the one that does the writing, she actually has a YouTube channel that has the cat videos. Remember I was talking about her cat video channel has way more views than I ever have. Like I think she has like 500 or more thousand video views already, whereas I've never even gone that far. I think I'm not even at 60,000 views yet. You know, so like yeah, but I'm monetized whereas she's not. So that's good. So thankfully, I do have like people that were willing to subscribe. Yeah, so her videos are also not edited, as you know, and unscripted. She doesn't even talk in them. So I don't know, like to each their own, right? Like I know that we have to do like our part in order to improve our content too. We can't blame it on anyone else except for our own lack of effort. I get that. So that's why I'm willing to put it in more effort, but I want to be realistic here too. I don't want to just over like, you know, buy a bunch of stuff and then like don't do anything with it either. I want to be like you know, like specific and strategic with where I'm spending the money and the time and the effort. That's all. Yeah. That's why it's been taking me this long to like get on board with like editing. And like I said earlier, like if I spend I don't know how many hours to like edit a video, but then like what if it doesn't even get like any views or anything? Like what's the point then? Or if it just, you know, like there's all these things to consider, right? You know, of course you'll never know until you try. So I have to try. I know that. Yeah. So yeah, that's where we're at basically for that. The iPhone mic is great. You don't need any extra. Okay. Okay, great. So yeah, maybe that, or I'll just use like the Apple, you know, mic, like you know the headless. Sorry, the wire. No, well, the wired one. Actually, I actually saw a few YouTubers say that the wired one is better if you're just gonna talk, like not on screen. Like if you're gonna be faceless and you're just talking, because then no one can see, right? The wired one has the mic on it, and you can hold it to your mouth, so then it's good. The AirPods, because it's farther, like the mic part is farther from your like mouth, so they said the sound can be like not as good.
固若金
Yeah,
汤。
and then like obviously if you're going to be talking on screen, it actually looks better if you have like those little lapel mics. It looks more like professional. Yeah, but not necessary either, especially if you're starting out, is what they said. So. Or if not a lapel mic, then like a mic that's on a stand that's in front of you. But I don't think I'm gonna do that, so yeah. Did you get any billets this week? I was lucky I got like two. So I got a catalyst billet and I got a pole arm billet. But last week and the last few weeks actually I got none. So I guess that makes up for it maybe? I don't know. And so with my catalyst billet, I used it for the prototype Amber. Not because I was building Barbara, but it gives me an option, right? And then anyway, I leveled that up, and then like I got well for the Polearm one, I just put it on the Inazuma one, the Kitan Spear or whatever. Not because I'm using it, but because like, what else am I gonna do with it right now, right? I know that in Sumeru we're gonna get new craftable weapons, a new series of them, obviously. But I mean, we'll wait until we get there. And obviously, when we get to like the new areas, there will be new events as well that can give us what do you call it? Like billet, like boxes where you can pick your billet. So yeah. Oh, you got one. Oh, hi MVP. Welcome back. Nice. Are you saving your billets, Rishav, for like future content, or are you actually like crafting and refining your actual existing billets? Sorry, craftables. I just realized I think there was one more here. Was it here? Oh, nope, it's not here. Then go. Saving? Okay, that's good. Yeah, save them. Because I'll be honest, out of boredom especially during the delay and right before the delay, out of boredom, I was building, as I told you, I was building all the craftables. So in a way, I was trying to collect all of them, but also build them. And out of all the craftables, like all the good ones, you know which ones are the good ones, and you know which ones are the crappy ones, right? You know. So like I'm down to like the crappy ones now. There aren't that many more good ones. Like I mean, there's Iron Sting. I would love to get like a sword billet and try to refine that. I only have R1 for it, and I wouldn't mind like the prototype Amber being refined further because I saw other streamers say that it's actually a good weapon for other like spellcasters that can be support and can heal, especially if you don't want to bring a specific dedicated healer in and waste like one slot of your like team for healing, right? Then you can just put it on like another character. Yes, they will lose some damage, but then at least they can heal as well, right? So then I thought, oh, that's a good way of putting it, right? So that's the only reason why I decided to get it. Yeah. The dragon spine weapons are not good, but at the same time, they maybe no one has unlocked their full potential yet. I don't know. Like they're not horrible, yeah, because people use like Rosaria for like the spear, and then like people use the claymore on like Chongyun or whoever, right? But yeah, like I don't know. And then the catalyst, apparently no one really uses it, but the catalyst is not horrible though, from what I can understand, like based on like just stats alone. So I did refine that catalyst before. Sumeru is gonna bring so many new characters, as we already know, and it's gonna be a big deal, I think. I don't know. Okay, so recession and bad economy and inflation and all that aside, we've already talked about this, I think last week as well, when I did that stream. I also mentioned that moving forward, I might just stop like spending altogether on this game, like aside from like the Welkin and like the battle pass maybe, but I don't think like it's worth it anymore to collect all the characters, like every single character that comes out anymore. So, or every single weapon. So I think that's that. I've even seen some of the other bigger streamers, like I Win to Lose. He already, like I mean several patches ago, he already stopped doing like R5, like 5-star weapons. He actually announced that because he said that it's not relatable to most players, and he also noticed that not many people watch those videos anymore. That was already a few patches ago. So see, content for like actual content and spending content and people's polling videos are no longer like popular on like anymore. No one cares, right? So that's why I figured like the trend is over for those. That's good, I think. And then other streamers are also saving money. So yeah, not that I ever like R5 my 5-star weapons, but I'm just saying. And I still haven't gotten back to Scarlet Nexus. Just as a quick little thing to bring this up, I would like to get it done, get Yurito's storyline completed, and then maybe I can take a break in between starting Kasane's story. So I'm thinking like maybe I'm just gonna quickly just try to get through Yuito's story in this week. I'm kind of leaning towards that right now. Since there's nothing else happening for this game for Genshin anyway. Like there's not going to be anything happening for like a few weeks basically until the next patch. So I'm thinking maybe now's the time to like quickly focus back on Scarlet Nexus. And then I read online. I joined the Scarlet Nexus Reddit and the Discord. And people said that there's actually no benefit to like using the higher difficulty like for like completing it other than just for your own purpose. So and then they said if you use a lower difficulty, you can speed through like the content faster and then just get through the story. So I'm thinking maybe that's one way to get through that faster because I noticed that like my last few like Scarlet Nexus like videos, they were kind of still long. They were like an hour plus. Some of them were 2 hours. I know just to get through that like each specific chapter. I'm thinking maybe now moving forward, I want to quickly speed up the storyline part. So then maybe I'll set the difficulty to like normal or easy. Not because I'm like unable to like do it, but because then I can fast forward faster to get the story done. You know? And I know that there was a few battles where we were fighting some elite enemies and or bosses where I was getting killed and I had to redo them over and over, and that also added to the time, right? You know? So I'm thinking like moving forward, if I just like not that I don't enjoy the game, but like, I'm just thinking like moving forward, maybe it's better just to quickly finish the story because there's still a whole like if you think about it, if I do Kasane's story too, that's like doing the whole game all over again, just doing it in the other person's perspective and using the other team as the main team. So that's a lot to take on. So and there's other games that I would like to actually start, you know. And I was recently looking at like I don't know if you guys watch like the or how much video game news you are following, but this week is Summer Game Fest. There was a Summer Game Fest like stream officially from the Gaming Awards channel, and then like IGN, they're doing like Summer Game Fest for different companies. So yesterday was Capcom's promotional event video like stream, and then like I think on the 16th is going to be Square Enix for Final Fantasy VII. They're going to do like a 10-minute presentation. So like there's all these video games that I really have not even played yet. I didn't even play Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, and I have it already. So I'm just thinking like, yeah, maybe it's better just to quickly speed through the games on like a lower difficulty so that we can get through the storyline faster. That's what I'm leaning towards now. And then like for my Switch, even though I don't stream Switch here because I don't have the equipment for it, but Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming out next month, and I didn't even finish Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet, and I didn't even play Xenoblade Chronicles 1. So yeah, and then yeah, all these things. And then, of course, I just got Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, as I said, and I would like to play through the RPG mode. And then now that the actual RPG game for it, Relink, is going to be postponed to next year, so I still have time there. But I would imagine that they would link up somehow, right? And I still haven't played Persona 5 Royal yet, and I heard that it's an amazing game, but it's a really big time sink game as well. And people did recommend to just play that on easy or lower difficulty, like normal or lower, so that you can just speed through the storyline. Otherwise, it's going to take forever. So yeah, there's all these things I have to like get through. I would like to get through them, and I don't want to spend any more money, to be honest. I want to be just like mindful of just spending, of just using it on what I've already spent on, let's say.
见过这个吗？别白费功夫，永别了。哼。
I figure it's still good to hunt the dogs because well, then you can get like their stuff. Where was I going? Oh, I was going this way. I lost track. Wait, I lost track. Where was I going? Yeah, so lots of things. But yeah, now I need to save up money to buy the laptop and to buy the phone. Well, actually, I don't need to save up money. I can just do the payment plan option at 0 interest. So it's actually a really good plan for both the phone and the laptop. 0 interest for 24 months, and they'll just break all your payment off into 24 months. So that's pretty good. And then, yeah, if I can get a back to school sale discount for like the laptop, that'd be great.
发了。该出发了。
Any other TV shows or like movies that you guys have watched that are interesting recently? So you binged all of like Boys season 3 already, Risha? I know it just launched the other day, so you already watched all of it? And then otherwise, I haven't really. I mean, I watched some TV series, but I don't know that you guys would watch those, so I don't know. Like, which one did I watch? I watched. There's a series called like. Well, I watched Love, Death, and Robots, and actually, it's season 3. Yeah, we talked about it, I think. I did like it though, actually. It was actually pretty good. What else? Like there is what else was there? Let me just think. Well, I don't know if you guys care for like those trashy reality TV shows, but there was like Bling Empire, season 2 on Netflix. So yeah, anyway, and then like I don't know if you guys watch trashy shows, but yeah, that was pretty trashy. But like yeah, it's interesting. I wouldn't say that it's recommended, but it's if you're into that. And then like coming soon we have Big Brother, which is another reality TV competition show that's coming back. That's premiering in 3 weeks, I think. So looking forward for that. And then what else? Yeah, there's not much. So just it's summer after all. There isn't much.
该出发了。
Oh, there was other birds here. I didn't know. Oh, Umbrella Academy. Right, right. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, so I didn't watch that one yet. No, I never watched it before, so I don't know. And then in terms of anime, I haven't watched any new ones yet. So I have no idea what's going on. I know that Attack on Titan is ending or something. Is that what's happening? And then, let's see, what else is there? I haven't watched. Okay, so I am going to watch Doctor Strange #1 because I never seen it before. That was obviously a few years ago, right? And then like I'm in anticipation of Doctor Strange 2, which obviously released in the theaters already, but it's probably gonna come. I'm assuming it's coming to streaming very soon because it was already like been out for like over a month or a month already, right? So yeah, I need to watch Doctor Strange 1 in order to know what's going on for 2, I think. I haven't even watched Spider-Man Homecoming yet, and that's supposed to be a good one. That's yeah, so I have to get on these. So there are some movies I haven't watched yet, yes.
拒收并蓄。
I wonder if they're gonna redo like the X-Men movies. I know they're redoing Fantastic Four apparently, and I know there's gonna be a Thor fourth movie. I've never actually watched the Thor movies, to be very honest, and I've never actually watched the Captain America movies. So maybe those are things I could watch for this summer. I never watched the newer Hulk movies either. I don't remember if I even watched the old ones. They're not good. And then there's like a She-Hulk TV series as well, which I don't think is good. I don't know. It looks kind of cheesy, like the promo for it. And they're making a Shang-Chi Part 2 movie sequel, so that's coming soon. I don't think it was officially confirmed, but they didn't deny it. And like the actor Simu Liu was promoting his book recently, and then I think they always ask about that, so then he didn't deny it. So I think they are definitely. I mean, come on, the first one was successful, so I'm pretty confident they're gonna make a second one. And there is more story to tell, so yeah. Of course they're gonna milk it and make money, right? So yeah.
安如磐石。
这玩意是会炸的。
And then Netflix is like, apparently in the news, they're laying off a lot of people, and they're already canceled or cut jobs from their anime and animation studio side. Well, I don't know about anime, because anime technically they can just get it, source it from Japan and just dub it, right? That's all they have to do. But then like their own animation, yeah, I can see them cutting their own, because maybe it's just not as entertaining, I don't know. And then they're gonna make Squid Game 2. I haven't even watched Squid Game original yet, so that's definitely something I could probably binge, because apparently they're short episodes and there's only like 8 of them, so I could probably binge that. Yeah, Netflix's anime suck, yeah. And then like I didn't even watch season 2 of Pacific Rim Black yet. I watched season 1 last year, and season 2 came out, and I think they said that season 2 is the final season, because obviously they cut their budgets for these things, and I think maybe for the licensing reason, I don't think they're gonna renew paying that license, so whatever. But like, you know, yeah. So those are the things. Yeah, Squid Game is bingeable. Yeah, exactly. So I think those. Yeah, I never watched any of those Korean zombie ones though. Like, I mean, I've seen the Train to Busan, like that movie, but then like I never watched like All of Us Are Dead, which is the other one, and I didn't watch those Japanese ones. Like Alice in Borderland that came out around the time or before Squid Game. I didn't watch those. So maybe, I don't know, like, yeah, there's too many, to be honest. Japan and Korea have so many of those kind of series where it's like these young people or these people are trapped together and they have to kill each other to survive or kill other people to survive. I mean, it's nothing, I mean, I know that Squid Game was groundbreaking, like, internationally, but then that concept is not new, to be honest. It's been around for like decades. There's so many of them. That's why I wasn't like caring about it. But I know that's just their own version of the same stuff. So it's fine. Oops. Oh, my shield broke. One thing I don't like about Yolan's her E skill, is that she can get stuck. As you saw, I got stuck in between those two. I couldn't even get between them. So that's, yeah, she can get stuck there, and she can also get stuck when you're like on stairs or on rocks or like holes in the ground. Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about it. It's like Ayaka's dash and all that stuff. They can, and Mona's dash. They can get stuck on stairs and like uneven platforms as well. Check out The Expanse, Amazing Space Exploration Conflict Series. Oh, okay, okay, that's interesting. We'll look into that. Yeah, because I don't think there's anything new that's coming out that's good. I've also been, because I always look ahead to see what's new that's coming out for like Netflix, HBO, and HBO Max, Apple Plus series, Apple Plus TV, I mean, and Amazon Prime, and there isn't that much for the summer. I think summer traditionally is just slow, so that's a good time to be able to then like catch up on older stuff. Did I already do this? I don't remember. Everything's a blur. Maybe I didn't do the dog thing yet, so we'll do that now. If I did, I did, and if I didn't, then yeah. So, and then of course I hopefully can try to find another job. Yeah. So we'll see. Oh, and then like speaking of the job hunt, I also applied for our government unemployment benefits. So I'm waiting for that to be approved. Oh, I did do the dog thing already. I didn't remember. Okay, yeah, so I'm waiting for that to be approved. It's taking a long time. It's backlogged. So, yeah. But yeah, the stock market is just so shitty. So that's why I was thinking, like, so one of my kind of semi-plans was, like, for the summer, because there is not much else to do, and because I'm obviously not going to travel right now anyway, I was thinking, like, then maybe I should just stream a little bit more, and or play more games. So I'm thinking that's why I brought up the whole situation about trying to speed through some of the games by using lower difficulty, just to focus on story elements only, you know, and reactions, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe that's something to consider, yeah. It's so dumb that she can get affected by her own lightning. Oh, there's one more up there. Okay, well, I don't think there are any more enemies here with samurais. But we'll look around for, like, ores. Okay, nothing here. I wonder how Chun Chun is doing. I know he's busy. He did message me back for a few of the other videos before, but like, yeah, he said he's busy, obviously preparing to go to school, preparing to get into college or university. So hopefully, I'm assuming then his time should be the same as yours, like almost ending soon, the school year. So yeah. So maybe after it's over, he'll join us back for our for streams again. When you apply for like universities and stuff in India, do you guys get like to apply for scholarships and grants and extra money and funding too? Because always apply for those, because those are, if those are available, always apply for those because obviously going to having some tuition covered, like either partially or fully, is always preferred. Okay, that's good. Good, good, yeah.
送上门的圣
拒收并
无处遁逃。
还没结束。
别很疼。是你放弃，你的性命我收下了。
你胜一筹。
Oh, you're a scholarship student. Nice, good job. Then you don't have to pay, right? That's good. You get 80%. Oh, that's nice. Good job. Good for you. Yeah, so like, when I was younger, your age, I didn't apply for all the scholarships. I mean, I applied for some, but not as many. But also back then, there weren't as many available as they are now. So we had to supplement by applying for our government student loans program. And yeah, so it's a loan, obviously. So there's interest after you graduate. But then of the loan, there's always a portion that you don't have to pay back, and that's also considered a grant. And then there's always a discounted portion when you apply for the school directly as part of a scholarship as well. So I don't know how many percentage it was, but like it's not going to be as high as yours. But yeah, it was fine. And then like we did the student loans obviously, and then like after graduating, like within a year, maybe a little bit over a year, I was able to pay it all back. So I mean, obviously I incurred some interest along the way, but it was minimal. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, but I will say it's a big deal in the U.S. though, because the U.S. schools are way more expensive than the Canadian schools, and their student loan interest rate is higher, and their amount, the denomination is higher. So like there's people in the States that like have student loans even as adults, and they can't pay it off. So I'm very grateful and thankful that ours is relatively affordable and easier to pay off. I remember at one of my jobs, one of my earlier jobs, after graduating, after I paid it off, and I was telling my cubicle buddy, like one of my, like it's a nice like lady that like works in the office cubicle next to mine, and she's older, obviously. So like yeah, she was like I think maybe middle-aged, and she didn't even pay off her student loans. But because I paid off mine, she made an effort to make sure that she took that as a priority to pay off hers. So it was nice that I inspired her to get rid of that debt. So yeah, it's interesting. And then, of course, I think another, I don't know how long, maybe another year or maybe half a year later, then she paid off hers. I know it's a big deal, so yeah. So right now the US has that debt crisis, and President Biden is considering removing $10,000 for all people. But then some people obviously argue that $10,000 isn't much, especially when people in the US owe like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, so I don't know. Well, that's a different. And then some people are saying that's not fair for the people that paid it off. Are they going to get a refund of, you know, $10,000? Right? I mean, that's not happening here, but I'm just. It's interesting. It's an interesting discussion.
微光无射。终于还是。
There are some of your classmates who get 100% off and even money on top, but that's because it's the economic aid given by the government. Ah, okay. So your laptop costs about as much as your entire tuition costs for the entire course. Wow, okay. Yeah, I can see that. It's expensive for sure. And in the US, I don't know about India. Do they have an Ivy League system for Ivy League schools, like name brand schools, basically? Because like the US and the UK, like and certain Western countries, basically, they care about that stuff. To me, I don't. Luckily, in Canada, we have some Ivy League schools too, but we don't care so much about that stuff. because even if you just go to like other universities, you should still be able to get a job. It's still comparable. Now, I will say though, there are certain people when they're hiring, they do prefer certain graduates from certain schools over others. I get that. But overall though, even if you go to like not a famous school in Canada, you can still get a good job and still make a good income. So it's not to that competitive level yet where where like in the US, if you don't go to an Ivy League school, basically you're not going to get a good job and you're not going to get good pay, basically. It's basically how they set up their system, right? And then that basically means that those Ivy League schools can charge you like a lot of money. And yeah, and then it just puts a lot of stress and strain on the students and their family if their family is not rich, right? So yeah. And or if they don't get a full like scholarship or something. And there are even like people that graduated from those schools that are not rich, like their family's not rich, but then they were smart obviously, and then they got like a full scholarship or mostly full, and then like and then maybe they borrowed a little bit of student loan or whatever, but then like they even said that like the other students that are rich, like they're kind of outcasts apparently, like they were outcasts because they're not rich like the other people. So then there's all that too, like that's stress I think. But whatever, you're not doing it for those people, who cares? You're doing it for yourself, right? To get that degree and to get that good job and whatever. Yeah. Who cares about those other people? Yeah. I mean, let's be real, like, I mean, part of going to like those schools is also to make friends and to network as well, professional networking. But on the other hand, it's like, well, if they're not going to be your friends, then who cares then? Just focus on yourself, get good grades, and graduate, and then get your degree, and then get out, and then go and get a job, right? Like, whatever. You never see those people ever again. Who cares? Yeah. Oh, they're called IITs there. Okay. The second tier is called NITs. The third tier is called NSUs, state NSUs. Ah, okay. And the fourth is a private. Okay. So 90% of students in India are from private colleges. Oh, okay. Hi, Isla. Welcome. Interesting. So here in Canada, we have Ivy League schools, but I wouldn't call them tier one because they're not like everyone has to go to them. No one cares that much. But there are definitely some that are like famous in the world, I guess you can call them. Like they're in the top 100 or top whatever. So there are some of those ones, and those are bigger name schools, yes. And then there are the ones that are not as well known. Maybe internationally they're not as well known, or um, but domestically they're still up there. So then like I don't know. So I got accepted into the so-called well-known one here in this province, and then like I also got accepted into the one that is still well known in this province, but not internationally as well known. So I went to that second one instead because that second one was closer to where I lived. That's all. That's the only reason. So yeah, I didn't really care. So yeah, the tuition cost is the same, but the way that they do the system is different. Like the other one has a 2 semester system, and then you have a summer semester option, and then the other one is a 3 semester system. The one I went to has a 3 semester system, so the summer is automatically included if you choose to, but it's considered optional too. But if you complete the summer one, you're technically ahead for the next year. So that's what I did. And then the second one, the one I went to, has a practicum component to it too, which it was well known for, whereas the other ones don't focus on that at the time when I was there. They do it, they all do it now, but yeah, so then because of the practicum option, I was able to get an internship, basically, at a few organizations, and then I was hired by one of them when I graduated. So in a way, the practicum way helped, in my opinion. I always recommend my like younger like cousins to always do the practicum if they can, because then it gives you like work experience and you can make a little bit of money. Now it will delay your graduation though, but it's worth it because like if you graduate with no work experience, you're not gonna get a job anyways. So it's okay to delay by like a year or half a year or whatever it is, right? And then like get the experience and get some money and then like then graduate and then make a good impression on them so that they hire you when you graduate and something like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then so during the internship, the pay is obviously lower. They call it a student rate. And then when you graduate, even though you're doing the same job, if they hire you back, they pay you the full rate, which is what a regular like graduate would have gotten at that same firm. So it's fine, yeah. And the student rate is, I think it's considered an hourly amount, and they usually offer, depending on the company, because they want to attract talent from universities, they offer higher than minimum wage, that's for sure. So that's good, yeah. So during your college entrance exams, you were really depressed and suicidal. Oh no. So you didn't really study, and then you're grateful and kind of surprised you ended up where. Oh, that's good. To be honest, in my first 2 years of university, I wasn't very happy either. And so I mentioned this last time. I did change my major a few times. I started with a business major and I wasn't happy and I actually didn't give a shit about it. And then like, even though I'm a really like business and entrepreneurial person, but I didn't like learning about it. Like there were some courses I really liked and some courses I really didn't like, okay? And so I know, I actually failed a few courses. I'm going to be honest here. I did fail a few courses and I went to speak to the counselor, or they call them an academic advisor. And then they're like, okay, so they told me the different options. They're like, you can retake the course and hope for a better mark that will replace the old mark, or you can just change your major and just focus on something else. So there was a few semesters where I did retake courses just to make the mark better, but I didn't really give a shit about them either. Like I still hated them. So I did improve the mark, but I wouldn't say I got an A on them in the second time around. I just got like a B or something, or maybe just like a C or something, whatever, just to make sure that it wasn't a fail, right? And then I went back to them and I said, I don't, this is not for me. So I need to switch. So that's when I switched. Yeah. So I switched then to economics, and I didn't like that either. I hated that. I hate that even more actually. So then like, yeah, then like, luckily knowing that experience that it's okay to reach out for help, then like I went and spoke to them again after switching. I switched, and then I think within that same semester I basically followed up with them and I just said, this is not for me, I want to switch it again. So we switched it again, and then I went to what I decided to do, which was communications. So that was where I was really happy. So that's what it is. And with communications, I was able to obviously graduate, and with all the communications courses that I've taken, I've always gotten A's and A pluses only, never anything lower. So it makes a difference when it's something that you actually are good at and that you like. So yeah, and then those marks replaced all of those other lower, shittier marks that I got. So yeah, marketing courses in the business major, I was still A and A plus, and then like organizational behavior, organizational psychology, and any of those like those kind of leadership and project management, all that stuff, A's and A plus. But anything economics and math and all that shit is low. Tax though, I'm really good at. So tax I got A. But then like yeah, so then that's yeah, so then like yeah, and then investing and stuff like that, finance, I'm good. So yeah, those are A for sure. But then like yeah, so then like yeah, there were still some shitty ones in there that I didn't like. But whatever, yeah. So I wouldn't say that my GPA at the end was like super perfect, because obviously I still had some shitty courses in there that I didn't do well in. But I would say that I was able to pull myself up from a really dark, depressive, low state. And I'm pretty happy that I was able to do that. Yeah, if you wanted to enter, if you were serious, that's fine. You didn't care, yeah. Ivy League is a god tier university, yes. And they're also very expensive, yes. After serving time in the military, you study in 2 small universities, getting a degree, then get a job. You don't think it's different with good or bad. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. In most modern cities, let's say, I'm not gonna say countries because it's hard to say, but like cities, like they only care that you have a degree. They don't even care. Some cases they don't even care where you got it from. So Canada is like that right now. Luckily, thank God. So that's what they don't. They only care that you have a degree. They don't necessarily care where it's from, thank God. But then like US, because it's competitive, they only care about the expensive ones. And I know this from my friends in Asia as well. Like in Korea, like if you don't go to like the top schools, you're not gonna get a good job. You can't go work for Samsung or like LG or any of the big companies. You cannot. You don't even bother applying. Yeah. And then like same in Japan, if you don't go to the famous schools, you can forget about applying for like Toyota, Honda, like any of those big named like large, you know, Fortune 500, like top like companies in Japan, forget it. Yeah. And then same with like in Hong Kong and like those places. Yeah, it's competitive, I know, because also the population is more in Asia than it is in Canada. Like our population is very low, right? So like in Asia, because the competition is very high and the population is very high, they have to set a like a very firm like black and white like line somewhere, right? It's stupid, I know, but then that's what they do. Yeah. So like the line is if you don't make it to the top universities and you don't graduate from them, then you don't get the top jobs in the country. It's basically what their line is. Yeah. Oh yeah, India is so populated, so it's part of Asia too, obviously, so it's competitive, I'm sure. So I guess it does make a difference if you go to an expensive school or not, right? Where did my fowls go? I thought I dropped some more here. Hmm.
拒收并蓄。
The top companies pick from the top one, tier 1 to 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's competitive for sure. It's tough. Everywhere is different, of course. So, I mean, yeah. But you'll still be able to get other jobs. So, I mean, it's not so bad. And here's the funny thing. So, like in Asia, people that drive, like, I'm just giving this as an example, so I'm not criticizing anyone who does these jobs, okay? People that drive, like, buses are considered, like, you know, like very low pay, let's call it, right, in Asia. But apparently, like here in my city, in Canada, like if you drive a bus, you make quite a lot. You make $30 to $35 an
拒收并
hour,
蓄。
and you have benefits, and you get like a pension plan. So, and you get raises every year. So like, yeah. So then like, but then like in like, I know in Asia, I've seen, they don't make very much, or they make an hourly amount, but then it's not much, and it's considered like a low paying job, and it's considered like a service industry, like etc. You know, so like it's very different, you know. And then here, like you or there in Asia, you might think that like plumbers and like people that do like those kind of jobs are like not doing well. No, plumbers here in Canada and like those blue collar, we call them trades actually. So the trade position jobs, they actually make a lot of money. They can charge you like $50 or $60 an hour for their labor and everything like that. And then you have to pay for all the, like if they replace your parts or whatever, you have to pay for all that separately as well. So then like, yeah, so, and then they usually go over the time. So then you usually have to pay them extra. And in some cases, you may have to pay them a tip as well on top for coming to your home to do whatever. So then like, yeah, so they make pretty good money. So it was actually even when we were in university, there were some people that said that they didn't like being a lawyer, so they quit being a lawyer and they went and became a plumber instead. And they said that they enjoy doing plumber work more and they make more doing a plumber job because a lawyer is very long hours, whereas a plumber's job you don't have to work long hours if you don't want to. Yeah, so it's really interesting.
无处遁逃。真麻烦。
And then, like even like at the height of the pandemic, when they were laying off people in North America, there was all these news reports saying that there's lots of companies that are like because there's lots of people that were working like wanted to work from home and they quit their jobs obviously and they don't want to do these kind of like trades slash blue collar slash like customer facing kind of jobs like in person where you have to go to people's locations, right? Yeah. So then like those companies had to offer even higher salaries to attract people to like do those jobs. And some companies were even offering to like train or retrain people because not everyone went to school for those things, right? So then they were offering to like pay for you to go to school to learn those things so that you could do those jobs, and they would pay you even more for it, and they would pay for the schooling part. It's kind of crazy, hey? Oh, hi something, please. Welcome. Bus drivers make $2 an hour. There you go. See, it's very different. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very different, yeah. So, like, one of my close friends, like they had a colleague. They worked at an electronics store that sells like it was actually an official Apple computer store before Apple entered our Canadian market. So it was like a reseller of Apple computers. Anyway, and then of course Apple entered our market, and then they have their own stores now, of course. But regardless, that store still maintained having an official authorized like license to sell Apple computers as well as other brands of electronics. Anyway, so anyway, his colleague was like kind of like an assistant manager or something like that at that position in that electronics store, and they get paid a commission too. So they get a nice, pretty big like paycheck or whatever, let's say, right? And then like especially when they do company orders, where like say a company wants to buy like computers for all their staff or whatever, all their employees, yeah. So they get commission for every sale, right? Regardless, okay, that's not the point. The point is the guy quit that job so that he could go become a bus driver. Yeah, because apparently being a bus driver here is less stressful than being an assistant manager there, and the pay was higher apparently, even with the commissions there. So it's interesting. Yeah, that's how I know about this, about like how much they make. And that was like maybe like 8 years ago. So the pay is only going to be higher now. It's probably like 40, maybe even $50 an hour now. Probably, who knows? Yeah. And the reason why these jobs pay more is because regular people, I mean, I don't mean this in a bad way, but I mean like most people won't go for these jobs. So they have to pay more, otherwise no one's going to do them. Yeah, that's the reason. And I think the other trend is that a lot of people like to do like the Uber and the Lyft as well. Because apparently they either do it as a side thing or they do it, you know, whatever. And apparently in some cases they can make a lot. I don't know how much they make. I mean, I have a car, but I've never just considered doing that because I don't want people in my car. I also, there's too many, of those like incidents where people like argue with you and try to like steal your phone and all that stuff, or like they are nasty to you or yell at you. Like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not like, I'll be honest, I'm not really into like dealing with people, especially if they're crazy, you know. So I'm not into that. So I'm not willing to do that. But anyway, yeah. So something plays, and just in case you're wondering, we just chat about random stuff while Genshin is in the background. It's not, but we can talk about Genshin too. So yeah. In case you're wondering. So right now we're just talking about like work and stuff. So Isla, how was your weekend? Or any weekend plans for this coming weekend? And same to you, something plays? Any plans for the weekend or anything fun? Or are you like a veteran player of the game, or are you like a new player? Just log in and log out. Oh, for the game? So, Isla, have you started the rhythm game thing yet? Apparently, Reshaft said it's really hard, and I was watching people's videos online as well. It's really hard looking.
固若金汤。
雕虫小技，向我臣服吧。
幽灵于此。
I'm also surprised that at the Summer Game Fest live stream a few days ago, they did not okay, so Hoyoverse presented their ZZZ, like Zenless Zone Zero, like trailer, and they all like an updated trailer, and they also presented Honkai Star Rail, an updated trailer, which is now officially on their own website as well, of course, but like on their own channel. But then like they did not announce anything new. They did not announce like release date or like it's coming to like PS5 or PS4 or anything like that. So I was disappointed for that. But I have a high speculation that Honkai Star Rail is coming to PS5. They're just not ready to announce it yet for whatever reason. Because why would they have like a like you know that pre-registration like giveaway right now, raffle where you can win a potential like PS5? So I'm thinking like isn't that like a sign already that they're likely going to like I mean, why wouldn't they? I mean, they already have this on PS5, like Genshin, so why would they not? And I'm also surprised that they didn't ever brought like Honkai Impact like over to PS5 too. But whatever, that's not my. I'm not gonna like even if they did, I wouldn't start that one because that one's just that's been around for 3 years already, and that's just way too old to start in my opinion now, and confusing. But apparently people say like hardcore like Honkai players say that if you play Honkai Impact the original, then you'll have a better idea of the storyline for Honkai Star Rail because that takes place in the future as an alternate universe or something like that for Honkai Universe. So I don't know, whatever. Because it says some characters are the same exact characters that left the Honkai Impact world to go to the Star Rail world. So I don't know. I don't follow, so I don't know. But anyway, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, now that Honkai Star Rail has more people playing the beta and more videos came out, it looks more interesting than that way back when, like 6 months ago, when they first released that first trailer and those first leaked images and stuff. So it does look better now, more polished. I'm thinking that if they go to another round of beta or after this beta when they update things, it should be better. So I'm actually excited for it, but I'm thinking that if I was to start Honkai Star Rail, I would just play it as F2P. I would not like pay money for it. I mean, if they have something similar to a Welkin and Battle Pass, I might pay for that, but I'm not willing to pay to buy like gacha like pulls. No.
拒收并蓄。
Ah, it dropped. Shoot. Oh no. Okay. And I think Zenless Zone Zero is just too far ahead to be released. There's nothing. It's not likely not going to be released anytime soon. So, no need to like worry about that one yet.
固若金汤。
你很疼美。
Alright, anything else that anyone else wants to talk about? Oops, that was dumb. Give you a minute. Okay, yeah, take your time. Oh, 17 minutes. We'll see.
与湖中洞天有关的问。
Anyone else want to talk about anything? I'm just, again, we're just chatting. Again, I'm just collecting ores. I've already done all my commissions and all that stuff.
安如磐石。天理长驱。
断绝。
你胜利终于还是。
安如磐。
再多个对手也无妨。
中场收工。
阁下选错了。
无处遁逃。
终于发现，幽灵，真麻烦。选对象选错了。
Isla, did you get Yelan yet? There's one more week left for her banner. Have I thought about becoming a VTuber? Oh, we talked about that, yeah. So you said that the one easy way to do it is if I have like a phone, right? Like a iPhone or something. So then that's also a consideration, right? If I get an iPhone or something. Because you said they're cheap now, right? Like to become a VTuber, like it's pretty low cost now. So yeah, we'll think about that. Or maybe I'll do like a face reveal. I don't know. I know Moga and them are still faceless, so but Valkyria has actually revealed his face on some videos, so yeah. Yesterday you rolled and they get you a C5 Kaching. Oh wow, okay. So maybe you'll whale again? Okay. Keep us posted. Are you going to try to get like Aqua Simulacra as well if you get Yelan? Or you're okay with just getting her but not her weapon? Not cheap? You think one model costs 10k? For VTubers, I know VTubers cost actually 2 to 3k from what I've seen. But Rishav was telling me that there are some discounted cheaper ones if you can use like certain apps or whatever on iPhone or something like that, or just on phones. Like they're like the filter kind. Basically, they're like a filter. That's why they're cheaper. And you can kind of create or load your own filter in. But then apparently they're unstable. So like if you move too fast or whatever, your real face will be revealed. And or if they glitch, your real face will be revealed because that has happened to other people apparently. So that's what you get for those discount ones basically, right? So yeah. Because it's like those cheap ones, so-called cheap ones, are just the filters. They're just like how that I don't know if it went viral in your countries, but like there was that video that went around during the pandemic last year where one of those lawyers, like in the US, they became a cat, and then it was super funny because they're like, I'm not a cat. It's just a cat filter on the computer that my daughter or somebody like used before me, and I don't know how to turn it off or something like that. And they were in court, like for actual like trial, like for a case, like yeah, and that was the lawyer. And yeah, it was just because yeah, so it's basically like a VTuber situation would be the same as that, where it's like a filter that applies like another avatar on top of your face. Yeah. You are not a cat. Yes, you know exactly. Yeah, just join with the VTuber group. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One copy of Yelan. Yeah, I think she's quite good at C0, so you don't need to like worry about like, oh, we have to spend money for her. No, she's quite good at C0 already, to be very honest. So on the plus side, the newer 5-star characters, a lot of them are very good at C0 already, whereas the older 5-star characters, they really try to make their C0 not as good, so that they would try to force you to buy like basically the constellations, right? So yeah. And honestly, I don't think that even the bigger whale like, YouTubers, I don't even think that they care to spend so much money on this game anymore, to be very honest. So that's why I'm learning from this experience, knowing that Honkai Star Rail is around the corner and it's a similar game and everything, in the sense that it's a gacha and everything, and the way that they're doing it is very similar. There's really no need to like spend money anymore moving forward, to be very honest. But yes, of course, spend on characters that you're still willing to. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't either, but for now, I'm trying to minimize, also save money, also because, as we talked about, the economy is shit, and like, we should save money for real life things instead of entertainment. Yeah. Your friend is a VTuber, his model is cheap one. 4K? Some cost to maintain, something like that? Whoa. Is your tuna you can look up? I see. Where was I going? I was going... You can get a cheap model for 1k. Yeah, there's that too. You can, like, those are the official ones versus the avatar, like, filter kind. Yeah. Honestly, like, Okay, so one reason why people, and this is what I actually discussed this with my friend earlier today when we were on the phone. We're discussing like, would we want to ever face reveal? Because like she obviously has her cat channel, I have this channel, and I'm leaning towards maybe opening a separate channel about the other topics as we talked about, right? So then like I'm thinking like, so would I want to do it faceless? Because we're talking about pros and cons. Like faceless is great for our anonymity and our privacy, but that's assuming like I mean that's just only if we become famous, which we're not likely going to become famous, right? But then the point is like so if we're not gonna become famous anyway, what's there to lose? But then there might be then we talked about like well then there's that negative assholes out there who are gonna troll us for like the way that we look, the way that we talk, whatever, right? Like just random shit, right? So then we're like I don't know if we're mentally prepared for that yet, right? That's fine. Then right or yeah. Then on top of that, then there's like but then the pro of putting it face with your face on is that you don't need to then buy a VTuber or like think of anything else because then you can just literally talk into the camera, right? If you really don't want to like put anything else on the screen, like whether it's like graphics or visuals or anything else, you can literally just talk into the camera, right? So that's a positive is that it's easier that way, right? So I don't know, yeah.
这次是票大的，
逆风，奥影看破，
又抢成，就这个，
抓到了，哎，
终于还是到头了。干嘛呢？
Because as part of my like I was saying earlier that I joined like the new YouTuber Discord and all that stuff and the help Discord for like monetized channels, and then like there was like a lady on there and she was saying like some of her videos became viral and she did say that she's herself is quite attractive, but then she said that even though she's pretty and all, and then like she gets some nice people, right? She gets a lot of nasty like people that say like nasty stuff to her, obviously because they don't like her or whatever reason, or they're just jealous or whatever they are. Right, regardless, like she couldn't handle it and then she had to take like a month plus off like from doing her channel. And then like even though she became like makes money on it already, and then some people like were trying to like obviously make her feel better and saying like, well, it comes with the territory, right? When you become successful, then people like, all the people want to have like an opinion and blah blah blah. They're like, well, on the plus side, you made some money already and you became semi-famous, whatever it is, right? But then she's yeah, but it's like really like a lot of mental health. And then we're like saying like, well, celebrities can handle it because celebrities get millions and millions of dollars and they have like a PR team and like marketing team and a talent agency and all that stuff and manager and all that stuff to handle it. But regular people that are just YouTubers that suddenly blow up overnight or whatever it is, like they can't handle that. And then so the mental stress is real, right? So then, and also even celebrities have real mental stress. That's why a lot of them like commit suicide or take drugs and alcohol, have all these problems. So like that's the other issue. That's all. I'm not saying that that's going to happen to us, but I'm just saying like it's the risk reward of trying to put yourself out there. Yeah, that's all. Those only have face and hand. The 3, 4 known. Okay, rigging. Yeah. Time for dinner. All right. Enjoy, Isla. Thanks for joining. Enjoy your dinner. Yeah, so there are those issues, to be very honest, that's the main concern, right? Because like I'll be honest, I don't like the way that my voice sounds already, and then you know how several times on the stream, I'm sure you remember this too. There were several times where people came on here and then they said like, "Oh, are you gay?" or like, "You sound like you're gay," or whatever it is. Like they say all these things, right? And I'm not bothered by it, but at like at the same time, I don't like it. Obviously, no one likes that, right? But then like, okay, then when if I was to put my face out there, then it's even worse. Like then they're gonna criticize anything, right? So it means nothing. So I don't know. Yeah. Kids are kind of like expensive cats or dogs, enjoyable playthings, but too costly. They are. Also, they have their own demands and stuff, which you have to deal with. Totally. I agree with you. But then the only difference is that kids grow up and they become their own people, whereas cats and dogs are forever like your children because they won't like they will grow old, yes, but they won't ever be able to like become like like a human where they can do things on their own afterward. Like you still have to take care of cats and dogs, like feed them, pick up their poop, like bring them to the doctor or vet, basically, right? Whereas like kids, eventually when they get old enough, they can do things on their own. They can feed themselves. They can go to the toilet, right? Like etc. Right? And eventually when they grow up, they can go get a job, etc. Right? That's the only difference. Yeah. Whereas cats and dogs will always forever be your children because even no matter how old they are, they will always be needy of you. That's the only difference. Yeah. You can get a 3D VTuber for free. It's the 2D ones that cost too much. Ah, I see. And Mocha's model costs 150. Oh, there we go. Yeah, exactly. And I don't even think that Mocha uses it as much anymore. And I mean, I'm not against using VTubers and stuff, but then like, yeah, like I mean, he's keeping his anonymity. Even Envy, I don't think Envy has ever actually revealed his face, or maybe he's revealed it in photos, or people found him, but he doesn't reveal it on his streams. Enviosity, right? I mean, Tectone and Seka and like Tenha, they all review their faces. So, I mean, I'm sure they get some nasty stuff too. Tenha, last year, he had that whole racism issue, where some South American, I don't know which country, so some South American Spanish-speaking person, like, called him, like, said all these racist, nasty things about him. So, yeah, there was that, and that was really not cool, especially now during pandemic, where, anti-Asian hate is a big thing, still, even in this time now, right? Like even in 2022. So it's just really bad. And yeah. And even Atsu or Asian guy or whatever, his stream, like yeah, he does Genshin, but he does it on Twitch, I think mostly. But yeah, like even he said that he got some racist like comments back then too, right? Like I'm sure like it's just really nasty the world because the internet is just so like full of people that are willing to like be so nasty, let's put it that way. And I'm not saying that people that previously were on these streams that when they said like if they questioned if I was gay or they said that my voice sounds gay or whatever it is, that I know that their intention was not like to be insulting because they were still kind of polite about it. But then like the fact that you even asked or the fact that you even like bring it up is still not okay in my opinion. It doesn't sound nice. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's kind of like, well, what if I was gay? Or what if, so what? Then what? Like, what's the point of asking? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because then it's like, what, do you have a problem with gay people? Then they're going to say no. But then it's like, then what is the point of bringing it up? Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, so I'm just bringing that up. Okay, so anyway, back to this. So something less like that. Making a kid is like Genshin gacha, 50-50 for a boy or girl, then you have to substats to worry about like artifacts, intelligence, looks. Oh yeah, but those are random. You can't change some things. Well, they're not random, but they're like genetic, let's say. So you're thinking like the artifact substats are actually more like like can you get them into like a good school or like will they become successful in the future? But then the difference with like that is in the game you get a faster like what do you call it? Like a faster outcome, like you can build them relatively faster and farm for them faster, provide for them, let's say, and then you can like use them in the real world, like in the Genshin world, let's say. But then in the real world, you have to wait how many years until they're actually capable, right? And you have to after all the extra investment that you sunk into them, and then there's also no guarantee or hope that they would actually become successful. That's the truth here, okay? You could put them in the best school, you could buy them everything the best, okay? There is no guarantee that they're going to become successful after that. There's also no guarantee that they're going to become a good person either. There are many people that can turn out to be very dark and nasty in the real world where they're like Like, you know, like, I mean, let's be like, there's criminals, let's put it that way, let's just put it lightly. There are criminals out there, obviously they had parents too, or maybe they were neglected when they were young, but regardless, there are also criminals that had really good upbringings out there. You don't know what you're gonna get. That's the gacha part there. Yeah.
这片洞与湖中洞。
And it's not like up to your liking. You can't even return them. Exactly, you can't. I mean, there are people that put them up for adoption or like dump them at the orphanage. That's not good either, right? So like, and it's even worse when people dump like animals because children at least have a chance, I would think, like to be adopted. I mean, some cats and dogs do too, but then most of the time they're gonna be like, you know, euthanized, like put to sleep, put down, basically, you know? So it's not good, you know? And there's also like all these like reports over the decades of like child abuse in those orphanages as well, right? Or even when they're adopted by certain adopted parents or families. Like obviously there's the hope, there's lots of good families out there that adopt children and they treat them well, like their own. But there's also some that abuse them, which is not good, right? You know, so like there's all these, it's just really like ugh. So anyway, I've decided I'm not planning to have any, and I've already shared that already. So I don't plan to have any, and I don't I just don't really want to deal with it. Yeah. And at the same time, like, let's be real here. I'm currently unemployed. So in a way, luckily, I don't have kids. Because you asked me before, you're like, have I not been pressured by family? I've been asked, yeah. But luckily, if you think about it, if I was currently in my age, even though I'm comfortable with my finances, but then like if I also had a child to raise right now and I became unemployed, that'd be horrible in my opinion, right? Whereas me being unemployed right now as a single person is fine. Like I have my apartment, I have my investments, I have my rental stuff, I have my stocks, I have my every like I have like stuff that I can handle on as a single person. But if I was a family where I would have a spouse and or children to raise or to take care of, that would be very much more stressful, you know? Yeah. So I just feel like it's just easier to just take care of ourselves first. Yeah. What is my hobby? Well, aside from video games and
巨兽
like the
猛禽，
writing and stuff, like and watching like TV and stuff, I don't. I mean, I again was working out before. That was something considered a hobby, and traveling. Those are my things. I actually don't really do much else otherwise. Like normally, like okay, if there was no COVID right now, and because I'm unemployed, right? I may have like if every and if assuming obviously the stock markets and everything was fine, I would be traveling right now. I wouldn't be like here. And because if I was unemployed too, I would take the opportunity to probably take a longer vacation. I would probably like take like a month like somewhere else and just enjoy doing something else, you know? Yeah. That's what I would be doing. But no, like obviously everything's not in that situation right now, so I'm not traveling. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. My hobby would be traveling and meeting new people, having new experiences, learning new things, you know. Another thing I like doing is I like learning languages. So I'll probably take up learning. I keep saying this, I'm being lazy, of course. But like, I would love to pick back up learning Japanese again, you know. So I just, yeah, haven't. Um, you know, things like that, right? So, yeah. And technically, what I could be doing is learning more about like YouTube and like writing and like all these other things to improve these side things as well. So yeah, there's lots more that I could be doing, to be honest. Yeah.
拒收
What about
对
you?
手，
What are your
力不从
hobbies?
众，不灭，断绝。
天理长驱。
Can I speak Japanese? So when I was in high school, I did study it for 4 years. Um, but however, since then, and I think in university, I think I might have studied it for a year, and then after university, as an adult learner, I did study it for like a year or maybe a year and a half as well. But every time I go back to it, because there's so many time in between, I don't remember it all, so I have to start from kind of near zero again each time. So no, unfortunately, I can't speak it fully. But every time when I do travel to Japan, I am able to get by with a mixture of. Obviously, I know they don't really understand English, so I try not to use English in front of them because that's not really respectful either, right? But you know, a mixture of body language and a mixture of like Google Translate on the phone, and like some basic phrases that I do recall and do know and I do brush up on every time before I go. Like I have a kind of like a cheat sheet. I don't know where I put it now, but I do have a cheat sheet. It's like, you know, like the typical things like, oh, where's the toilet? Or how much is this? Of course, like, excuse me, like, you know, the basic stuff, like, you know, what do you recommend? You know, directions and stuff like that. Like, I can say those things, right? You know? Um,
拒收
but
对
like,
手，
yeah, like, deeper conversational stuff. I know bits and pieces of phrases and different ways around certain things to ask questions. Like, how old are you? What do you do for your job? Like, you know,
魔境之
like,
人，
you know,
必
stuff
将
like
破
that.
除
Like,
迷
yeah,
惑。
that's conversational stuff, but I can't go into too deep. Otherwise, I won't know.
天
So
动
that's the only
万象，
problem. So I know that knowing the language would help my future travels be even better. And I do have friends in Japan. They're very nice. They're very accommodating in the sense that like they don't fully speak English, but we get by every time we get together. So you know, it's very nice, and they take me out and I hang out with them. So it's nice.
既然要
固
我，
若金汤。
Drawing and repairing electronics. Oh, that's nice. Those are good ones to have. I think when I was younger, I used to like drawing. But since then I haven't really done it, but I don't mind it, but it's not like, I mean, it would just be for fun. I guess the other thing I would like is reading as well. So, yeah. Have I been to any shrines in Japan? I have, yeah, lots of shrines. And every time I go, I make sure that I brush up on the custom of what you're supposed to do. For the prayer and everything. Yeah, so I'm respectful of that stuff. I'm also superstitious, so I do believe in this stuff. So I believe that if you're going to go visit a place like a holy place or a sacred place in any country, you should know the custom properly and you should do it properly. You know, like don't consider it like a tourist. What do you call it? Like don't think of it as like, oh, I'm going to go there and take pictures and just smile and be like goofy or whatever. No, like be respectful. It is still a sacred or divine place that the locals believe in. So be respect, even if it's not your religion, but believe in it and like respect it. You know, that's how I feel. Yeah. But I'm very universalist, so I'm kind of like an all believing kind of person. So I don't like to believe that there's only like one God or any specific religion that is above all. I just say, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm just being very positive in it when I say this. Like I'm a universalist. I just believe in everything. But then like some people say that that's equivalent to being atheist, where you don't believe in any one thing. I'm like, that's not true. An atheist sounds more negative, like as if you don't believe that anything exists. Whereas at least the way I see it, a universalist is the positive version of that, where you do believe that everything exists. Yeah. So whatever. Do I have the shrine stamp book? I don't. I didn't buy it, and I don't know what to do with it, to be very honest, so I didn't bother participating in that. Yeah, but I know that people do that, and that's part of their
与百
pilgrimage, they
年
call
华
it,
同载酒，
where you can buy like these lovely books
只
with
可
a
惜
lovely
故
like
人，
cover and the paper in there, and then like they go to different stamps. You can like they have it where you can DIY stamp it, or you can pay for a stamp, and you can also get a blessing version as well. So I don't do that, but what I do is when I go to the shrines in Japan, I do buy the shrine charms, the temple charms. Yeah, and then I usually like keep them with me. And traditionally you're supposed to burn them after 1 year. I don't burn them. I just keep them because to me they're like mementos and souvenirs. So yeah. And they're usually very like pretty or delicate. So why would I want to burn them, right? There's nothing wrong with keeping them. It's just that traditionally you're supposed to burn them because they serve their purpose. They're supposed to protect you for 1 year. That's their belief. Yeah. Well, I feel like, well, if they don't have protectional powers after 1 year, then that's okay. Then they'll just be decorative then. Yeah. Because they're supposed to, like in Japanese culture, after 1 year, you're supposed to go back and get new ones. That's why. And they usually burn them like on New Year's Eve or right after New Year's. And then they buy the new ones on right after New Year's. Yeah. Oh, you're atheist? Okay, I see. Holy stuff ruined your life. Your family is quite religious and will hold the opinion of the priest over the opinions. I see. I see. Interesting. Yes, Japan is very good at marketing stuff. That's one of their strong points, I find. They're very good at designing packaging and marketing their stuff. Yeah. And they're very good at making limited edition everything. Because they're very consumerist and materialist. So they're very into that like culture of like selling stuff because that drives their economy. Yeah, so I mean I do yeah, I mean yeah, so it is what it is. Like I would never put like I'm universalist, but I wouldn't say like I would put like God's like words over others or religion over other things. I don't like I'm not like that, but I just at least believe that there is that out there, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, so those are the things. Like, I mean, I used to do like meetup groups, where we would do language exchange. So like I would like obviously talk to other people in English, and then they would switch to like Chinese or like Japanese or like whatever other language or Korean or whatever. And then like yeah, we would just do that. But then obviously that was many years ago before pandemic. Who knows if those still exist now? And plus, there's like other services now, like apps and stuff like that, right? I tried those apps before pandemic, but then I felt like they're not as fun, like to leave people short messages on the apps versus like actually like having a coffee with somebody, and then like like talking to them, right, in person, obviously. So I don't do that anymore. Yeah. But those were really nice and they were fun for making new friends and yeah. And because I actually have a teaching certificate as well, I applied for one and I got it. Well, I studied it as well. This is as an adult, so I learned how to obviously teach English and deal with people that are foreigners in a way. Like obviously, I already travel a lot, so I already know how to deal with foreigners. So it was easy, the course, and yeah, like it doesn't the certificate doesn't expire, so that I feel like that helps me open up doors in the future. Like if I ever wanted to like travel or work in another country, then that doesn't speak English, then I could maybe like do that as a job. Not to say that that's a great job, but then at least it's a job, right? That I could do. So, yeah. I do have Twitter on my personal, but not for this channel. Yeah. And I don't even use Twitter other than to follow like Genshin news, Honkai news, Honkai Star Rail, I mean, and the Z now, and maybe other like game stuff, and yeah, like just and also some finance news. That's all I follow on there. Is I don't post. I just follow and just read other people's stuff or news and announcements. Yeah. Twitter is very popular in the U.S. In Canada, it's okay popular, and in Japan, it's quite popular. But yeah. New Egg Canada is doing a giveaway for Father's Day? Oh, interesting. What is New Egg? I don't even know what that is. Is it like a computer or something? Twitter is not popular in India? Yeah, exactly. It's not popular in other parts of Asia, only Japan, because the US likes to sell their stuff to Japan, and Japan is kind of like their like baby, in my opinion. They like to, or their child. They like to like follow whatever whatever the US does. That's just my opinion of it. It's true. But to be very honest, Canada follows everything that US does too. So I don't know. But Twitter is not like super popular in Canada. It's like okay popular. Yeah. Exactly. I agree with you there. USA made Japan is big. It did. Yeah. New Egg is a computer store, a big one. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'll look into it then. Thank you. I'm gonna be honest, like in Asia, because I have some friends in Asia too. For whatever reason, I guess the propaganda is there as well, like politics and news and media. They always paint like the US in like such a bright, positive light, as if like they can do no wrong. Or maybe that's the US propaganda coming out as well. In Canada, we're more neutral about it. Like we always have this clear distinction that we are not the US and we're not the same as them. So we can see both sides, and our news is more neutral than theirs. Their news is more biased, in my opinion, because we can see their news too. But even in Canada, some of our news is also skewed too. Like some of our news is like anti-China and all this stuff. It's kind of like that's not no longer neutral, in my opinion. But anyway, um, yeah. But then the reason why the Western countries are anti-China, as an example here, is because the U.S. is anti-China. So you have to follow whatever the U.S. wants. So therefore, it's kind of like you're just kind of perpetuating their propaganda. And yeah. Anyway, so. It's a lot of that, I don't know. And then like the people in Japan, like my friends in Japan and my friends in Taiwan and some friends in like Hong Kong and stuff like that, they're like, oh yeah, like whenever like, you know, US, like specifically Caucasian like people go there, they like treat them like gods. And I'm like, why? They're just people. Like, you know, and that's like, and then I keep telling them, I'm like, though, doesn't mean, just because they're from the US doesn't mean that they're better. They're just regular people from the US. And just because they're from the US does not mean that they're like more educated or more intelligent or like smarter in any way, you know? And actually, as now we've seen in the last few years, to be very honest here, and I've always told people this, and because as a Canadian, we know the distinction too. Like we know that a lot of the U.S. Americans, they're not even educated. A lot of them don't have university degrees. A lot of them don't even have high school. And a lot of them don't even know like right from wrong, in my opinion, in our opinion, you know. So like, yeah. Anyway. If I go to India? Oh no. I mean, like, I don't think I'll be treated like a celebrity. I don't think so, no. They'll also try to scam you, but they'll be nice to you. Oh, I think that's anywhere where you know that you're a foreigner and you're a tourist. They'll always try to scam you, trust me. Yeah. And even like, okay, so like in Canada here, we have to learn our two official languages are English and French. And as I mentioned, I think in an earlier stream, like way before, where I said like because we live in the English side, and there's only one province here that is French speaking, right? Anyway, so like for the English side, which is the majority of us, we have to learn French in high school. And then for the French side, they have to learn English in high school because that's just the thing, right? You know. So then, like, apparently, when I went to France and when other friends and colleagues gone to France, because we know some basic French, like obviously we studied it in high school, so we should know enough to get by, right? You know. Anyway, so like, in France, those people are very like, even though like when they hear that you're from like Canada, and that even though you're speaking French too, they hear that there's an accent, obviously, and to them it's like lower class. they're like, oh, that's not like real French. That's like countryside French. That's like, you know, like, ugh, like, you know, like they're so snobby. It's very true. And then obviously we have an accent regardless, but then like our French is slightly different too, because obviously some words we have changed and localized, obviously because we're Canadian, not really from France, right? You know? So then like, yeah, they can hear right away, then they, yeah. People are fascinated by Europeans and Americans. Yeah, I think that's just unfortunately that's a complex I think that Asia has, because maybe Asia is very competitive and highly populated, right? And then like the media always portrays like I guess the Western countries in a more positive light. And then let's be real here, like I find the Asian countries are more futuristic, more modern, and more like smarter in a lot of ways. Like the citizens are smarter and more competitive. They know how to be more resourceful. They know how to, you know, make it work. You know, even like as you said, for example, it's like sometimes the jobs may pay lower, right? But obviously you guys are able to survive and also make a quite a good living and also
接下来
come
要去哪
ahead
里？
too, right? You know, like for example,
我想有一
China
个
has
音乐
like
铃声的
changed
话，
itself from being
我有
like
一些不
a
错的参考方法。
manufacturing plant country to becoming like a tech country now, and also, you know, like becoming the second world power, right? Surpassing Japan now, right? You know, like so, you know what I mean? Like Asia is very powerful in all of its glory, in my opinion. So that's why I've always been fascinated with it. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, it's actually almost 6 a.m. It's really fun chatting, of course. Obviously, I wish that there was more people, but I will be honest, I understand that this is the case too because I don't do this frequently enough. So then people don't have I don't have a schedule for this, right? So, and even Alex didn't appear this
我以
time.
为东
Obviously,
岸
I
自
know
由
because
之
it's a
路
weekday there
遇
too.
到港口也会
So
停泊，
yeah.
所以蜜月是
Okay,
不
so
停
the
在
Pyro
不同
Archon
的
is a
地方。
lolly? I don't know. People are saying the Dendro one is a lolly though. So maybe the Pyro one is also a lolly? I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I mean, sure. And then apparently Sino, the guy from the preview beta trailer or whatever, he is supposed to be a 4-star hydro pole arm, even though in the trailer he had a reddish, brownish like vision. But then people are saying maybe that's not a vision, maybe that's just like a jewel on his like decoration. Don't know. So anyway, yeah. Well, we'll know soon. Like in 2 weeks, we'll get an idea of what like Subaru has to bring. And yeah, I don't think like obviously we're gonna. Well, it's good that you're free to play now, right? So that's good. But then like yeah, moving forward, I have to be really careful now, not to spend too much more money on this game because
只可惜
it's
故
not
人
really worth it. Because it's just a game, right? And then like I said, like the good thing is like there's other games to play, and yeah. So I may be skipping characters moving forward. So obviously I'll still pull on the banners with whatever I have saved up, but then like if I don't get them, I'm not gonna like shell out money to buy them unless I really really like them. So again, I'm very fortunate that I got Yelan, and yeah, I'm gonna try for one copy of Cookie Shinobu and then save all wishes for the next banner, which would be Hazo. And now I'm leaning way towards not going for Kazuha C2 anymore because I'm gonna be very honest. I feel like I don't need it anymore. At one point, I was really, oh, Kazuha's my boy, and I definitely have to go get his C2. But let's be real here. Like I already, as you know, I already got my Raiden Shogun to like C3. I got her weapon to R4, which is crazy already, right? You know,
何日
and
再
then
见？
like you know we did all that already a few patches ago, right? So I feel like no, I don't think we need to go down that route again, where I'm gonna go deep into other characters, especially because realistically, yes, I still use Kazuha in the Abyss, But then at the same time, like I don't even use him like in normal gameplay. And let's be real here. I mean, I was using Ayato like last patch, and now I don't even use Ayato at all anymore. We're using Yalan now, obviously, because we're obviously building up her companionship level as well. But then like every time there's a new flavor of the month, you're just gonna push the other ones away. Like so now I'm realizing like now that as you know, I have all the characters up to now. So then it's like I don't really know that it's worth it to keep collecting all of them anymore. I totally get it though for people that have missed some characters here and there and they want to get the ones that they're missing, fine. But for people like me who have gotten all of them already, I don't know that I need to continue getting every single one thereafter now too. That's where I'm leaning towards, Yeah. Yeah, and then I think for the most part, I think just getting C0 for whether it's a 4-star or a 5-star is good enough. And I don't think that we need to get all the weapons anymore. This is my own reflection recently only. Because if you look at, and you guys know my inventory as well, like I have all these weapons, and like now, if you think about it, look, there are these 4-star weapons, there are still decent weapons, right? That are just sitting here, no one's using them because there aren't any more characters in the game. There are all these like these are all built up and they're R5 and they're 90, right? And then also there's even these duplicate ones here, right? Like and then there's like all these other weapons like I just said, I just got the prototype Ember and I just did that this week. Like like there's all these decent weapons like this deathmatch no one's using. Like we have to wait for another pull-on character that needs it. Like like now we're at a point where if you've been playing the game long enough, you'll see this is a the black sword is a battle pass weapon. Like there's all these weapons that are just sitting there now. Like, of course we're going to get a lot more characters in Sumeru, so I'm excited for that too, because a lot more characters doesn't mean that I'm going to buy all their freaking weapons, I'm just going to give them what I have. But then, like, there's just, I don't think we need to keep getting everything anymore, yeah. And plus we can only use a maximum of 8 characters in this game, really, right? I mean, I will give it that maybe you'll need a few extra built on the side in case you need to swap characters or to make up the team compositions. But like realistically, like there's what 40 something plus almost 50 characters now, right? Yeah, well, if people only need like a dozen of them, let's say, then like that's still plenty, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. It is 6 a.m. Thank you though for joining me. Definitely, I did have a good time. So we can definitely chat some more on Discord, and I'll be back. I am planning to make a few short videos. Thank you for telling me that YouTube algorithm doesn't like the live streams. So now I'm thinking the other videos, they're just going to be like Noelle, Barbara, and Yenfei videos. If I do them, I'm going to test it. I'm going to experiment with them. I'm going to use, well, obviously they're not popular content anyway, but I'm going to experiment with how the algorithm treats those videos. So I will record them on PS5, transfer them over, and upload them to YouTube as separate, and see if they do better. So I'll keep that in mind. We need more 4-star and less 5-star characters? Oh, interesting. There are a lot of 5-stars, but not enough 4-stars. Oh, true. But then the 4-stars that they keep releasing are not good, remember? They're not as good anymore. They're very niche and specific. Even to the point where Shenhe is a 5-star character that technically serves a 4-star role, where she's a complete support. It's a niche support. So I don't think... And as we know already, like 5-star characters, they're running out of ideas. Like Yalan's a 5-star Xingqiu, Kokomi's a 5-star Barbara, Ito's a 5-star Noelle, like the list goes on. Like, they are running out of ideas. So maybe Dendro is their saving grace, because at least that's a new element, where it's completely new, where no one has those characters yet, obviously, and no one has those reactions, so that's probably how they're gonna make money. Yeah. Alright, let's just leave it there. I'm going to end it here, but thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.